ESPN on Monday. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. 2:03, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Cardinals split the series with the Padres over the weekend in San Diego. Take the first two. Could have swept the series, really. Could have also had 3 of 4 won the series, but a Nicholas Castellanos at bat with Fernando Tatis's bat led to extra innings as Castellanos touched seats. Heartbreaking loss yesterday for Riley O'Brien and the Cardinals, but they still take they still get a split. So as we've done after every Cardinals series, we're going to do some highs and some lows. So, Carey, highs from the series for you.
The starting pitching, I thought was outstanding. Dustin May actually was doing really well until he kind of got touched up, gave up the home run. I thought they did an outstanding job. I agree with you. They had the opportunity to sweep the series, at least win 3 out of 4. But for me, I feel like it's house money. Like, I'm not bothered by anything. I think game 1 was a really good test versus a really good team, and you were able to pull out that win. Game 2, you beat the hell out of them. 3, again, you had Dustin May going. I think he was no-hit ball until he gave up that home run, and then you ended up losing that game. And then game 4, opportunity to win it, bottom of the 9th inning, you give up the 2-run blast, and then you lose in extra innings. But for me, I thought the pitching, even Kyle Leahy, he had some struggles there, but he struck out a lot of batters. He walked a few, but he wasn't giving up a lot of hits. So for me, the starting pitching is rounding into shape, and we can talk about McGreevy for sure. He did a great job as well, but I think the starting pitching as a whole, Jamie.
That's fine.
What'd you call him?
It's acceptable.
He gets it. Was really good this weekend for me.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Matthew Liberatore, 6 innings of work, 1 earned run, 6 Ks in game 1. Michael McGreevy, completely dominant in game 2 with 6 scoreless innings, 1 hit allowed, a career-high 9 strikeouts. I mean, he was absolutely grooving the ball past most batters. Kyle Leahy, 5 shutout innings in game 4. Even the loss on Saturday with Dustin May did strike out 7, limited the damage over 6 innings. I do think that is one of the series highs. It's got to be the starting pitching.
Yeah, I'm right there with you guys. Watching McGreevy just continue to impress, really. And Matthew Liberatore with a nice start for him, a very nice start for him. I still think there's a discussion there about who's actually your number 1 right now. We will get into that later on today. But you had a little bit of a hat tip to those guys, and Leahy and even Dustin May. Like, you didn't give up a lot of runs at any point. So if a couple of the guys whose bats on one of my things that not so hot, I'm going to touch on that, because had your bats not fallen asleep, to your point, we could have had a sweep.
Yeah, I agree. And your bullpen was mostly outstanding, especially in the first 2 games.
That O'Brien guy's a problem.
Of the series. The bullpen allowed just 1 hit across the final 3 innings in game 1. Relievers closed out the 1-hit shutout in game 2. Riley O'Brien did pick up his 11th save in game 1. Should have had his 12th save yesterday, but again, it happens. Exactly. It was a good, you know what? And sometimes you got to do the hat tip thing, because Nicholas Castellanos had himself a great at bat. He did.
Yeah.
And he wound up. He just kept extending it and extending it.
He's kind of that guy, though.
Yeah, he's a good hitter.
Like, he's kind of that guy. He's an annoying guy in the box. He's got the power, too, behind it. So if you do slip up, that's exactly what you get.
Yep, and unfortunately they did.
For me, like I said, the starting pitching was really good. I think they gave up 9 hits between the 4 of them in their outings for 4 games. Like, 9 hits, and think about, I want to say about 3 or 4 earned runs between the 4 of them. Like, so for me, and again, Dustin May was pitching outstanding. He gave up the shot, and you're like, you hated to see it. But he still went 6 and only allowed 3 hits and only allowed 2 earned runs. So all in all, I think that this weekend I became like, I'm you know me, I don't get on the roller coaster. I don't get too high or too low, but I'm trending. I'm like a good stock. Like, I'm ascending slowly and steadily.
Did you just call yourself a good stock?
Hell yeah.
Can you do that?
Yeah, you can.
It can only get worse if he said, I believe that Carey Davis is a good stock.
For me, Carey is a great stock to buy into. If I were you, I'd buy into Carey Davis. That's just what I think. I think I should start talking in the third person. There's something about people that speak in the third person that excites me. I never felt like I had that moxie.
Really?
But Carey's going to start talking about Carey in the third person from here on out.
It doesn't feel good, does it? You're uncomfortable with it.
Very. Yeah. It's a little weird.
I can tell.
I don't see it sticking.
No, I do. I think it's like a good stock. They are rising. The starting pitching is coming along again. Even though Kyle Leahy looked to be struggling, he threw 95 pitches, and I think 40 of them were in one inning. Like and I'm not exaggerating. At least 30 of them were. He ran into some trouble, but he wasn't getting hit. He walked a few, but he wasn't getting hit. He put some people on base. He had 4 walks, but to me, he got out of each situation, and the team they're a fun team to watch, man. If you are not liking what you're seeing, then you're just a miserable person, in my opinion, as it pertains to sports, because this team is fun to watch. The pitching is coming together. The bullpen was solid. O'Brien gave up the home run, but for me, it was a good series.
Jordan Walker scored the winning run on Thursday and hit a mammoth 2-run homer yesterday. I mean, that was one of the prettiest home runs that you're going to see at that stadium. An absolute
touched the third row.
Moonshot. That was. I don't even call it impressive because I feel like I'm not describing it well enough.
Man.
I mean, it was just an epic shot.
Yeah.
So Jordan Walker again scored the winning run Thursday, hit the 2-run homer yesterday. Mason Wynn delivered the go-ahead triple in Game 1. We talked about that last Friday. J.J. Weatherholt produced a Little League Grand Slam on
Put
Friday.
me on the board.
No, sir.
No. Put me on the board.
Don't
I had
work that
JJ
way.
for a home run.
That's
We hit a grand slam.
That's a single
Friday.
with about 3 extra bases.
Yeah. Did he hit the ball and end up touching the home plate?
Error on the play?
It was an error on the play.
Depending on who you ask.
Actually, Major League Baseball.
It's gonna be a single.
If the Black Sox do that, are you saying that's a single?
Grand slam.
Okay.
Grand slam. Those boys are 8, though. You know?
Yeah, that's my point,
Fernando
exactly.
Tatis, what, 25?
Nobody playing the home run game with them.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah. Give Anthony some time.
Ivan Herrera came through with a late RBI double Saturday, despite the loss. That was a big hit at the moment, so that's kind of your offensive highs. Really good defense, really good run prevention. Alec Burleson also stayed productive too. So those are your highs. Unless Marsh, do you have anything to add before we get to the lows?
Oh, no, I just have one low.
Here we go.
Fire away. So Marsh was very angry on Saturday night.
I was. It started earlier in the day. Nobody around town knew how to drive. They don't know how to make a left turn. They're cutting people off. It was just a brutal Saturday for people driving in St. Louis. And then I sit down to finally, after I have my day, to sit down and finally watch this game. Cardinals are winning. They got a no-hitter going. They give the error to the Cardinals, so now they have a no-hitter, and then obviously the game's tied up. And then Pedro Pages, 2 pass balls. I thought I felt like Carey this weekend. Just ticked off at Pedro Pages, just lazy behind the plate. Then he just doesn't know how to catch the ball.
Is he lazy or just slow?
No, it looked like he was lazy.
Okay, I'm trying to figure it out because
I think I have it figured out.
balls at some point, like
I think I have it figured out. I think Pages is like a receiver that gets lackadaisical when it comes to the catch. Like, you see receivers that drop passes often. You're like, dude, you can catch that ball. But there's a concentration factor that is not all the way through the catch. And I think at times he gets lazy or lackadaisical with his follow-through and finishing the whole operation of either blocking the ball, catching the ball, and I don't think it's lazy. I think it's just a lack of concentration through the entire, program of finishing the entire operational process of it. That's what I think.
Or maybe he's just
and
slow.
I don't think he's.
Some of them he's
like
half
not
a
fast.
step. No, I don't know.
Okay, I'm asking.
I don't know.
I'm asking. He's got a couple steals on the season
too.
Jamie, so what do you say?
No, it has nothing to do with that. It's just like blocking the ball.
Laterally is different than running.
It is. But the one that he dropped and hit it, the one hit his glove and just popped out. So there are some that he's just not 100% dialed in through the entire operation, similar to a pass catcher in the NFL that just drops a wide open pass. And you're like, dude, what are you doing? Yeah. It's not that he didn't turn his head. He just didn't follow through the entire operation and catch the ball. I 100% agree. Well, at this level, it's 100% unacceptable, and it cannot continue to happen.
Well, and in that moment, you had runners on first and second. The first pass ball leads to just more pitches for Dustin May in that particular inning. He ends up getting out of it, but that's more pitches that Dustin May is throwing. And then you have runners on first and second. This is after the game was tied, and just I don't know what it is. Just lack of whatever. And now runners are on second and third, and there's a little bloop. And 2 runs scored instead of 1 run.
Right.
And at that point in time, the Cardinals did tack on another run, which could have tied the game at that point. Maybe you don't bring in Sponson at that time. They don't add another run to make it 4-2. It's just little details like that go a long way within a game. And it just can't happen. It can't happen.
Well, it's also the details that the Cardinals have largely paid attention to and have been successful with.
Yeah.
This season.
Can I vent for a second?
Of course.
I might be done with the Nolan Gorman experiment.
Okay.
We talked about it Friday.
2 for 14 in the series. And you got a game here, a couple of games where one swing of the bat could have made a huge difference. The one thing that he can run into one. When? Come on now. 2 for 14 in a 4-game series where your team needed you for a couple of those games. And you got 0 for gopher.
And 8 strikeouts.
Yeah.
That's the...
Guys, at some point...
His value is tied to his power. And if he doesn't have power, he has no value.
It's like every year his power has gotten worse. Or maybe he's just striking out more. Which means it doesn't matter how powerful he swings, he's missing the ball.
Right.
And that high fastball again, boy, he can't lay off that one, can he? Hard to believe they keep throwing it.
You only put up with the strikeouts if you can get the power production.
Yeah.
So it's not looking pretty right now at all.
I know that we're happy. I don't know if you want to use the word happy. That the Cardinals, they split with the Padres, good team. I felt like they missed out on 2 games. So
no, they did. One for sure, but two was there. I mean, sure. the sweep was in play.
You should have had 3 or 4. I mean, yesterday was just an unfortunate. You're 1 strike away from getting out of that inning and closing that game out. And Castellanos is a professional baseball player and took it to the seats. And that's but you still had an opportunity in extra innings. So I don't like the notion of, they always say, well, the home team has the advantage in extra innings because of the ghost runner. And so the notion is, as a visiting team, you don't want to bunt that runner over to put him in scoring position. I don't agree with that. I think scoring a run, and if the home team does the same thing, then you got another tie game and you go into an extra inning.
Yeah.
But the notion that you can't bunt the runner over if you're the visiting team because you don't want to have one out. Well, what if you don't get them home? And now the home team has, you've made it much easier for them to score. It's kind of like overtime rules in college football. You take the points, right? And hope that you get the stop. You want to go, but for me, you just got to figure out how to get that runner home, and the notion of, well, we don't want to bunt them over because we don't want to have one out. If you don't score any runs, you're going to lose the game automatically.
Call that a productive out.
That is not. I hate those.
That's what they call it.
Productive
out.
outs.
That's not what we call it, but that's what they call it.
If I could play the devil for a second,
that shouldn't be hard.
If you are the away team, you don't know how many runs you have to score.
But you do know you need to score a run.
But you don't have to.
You kind of do.
To still win the game, because you can force it to go to
you play games not to win them?
Easy there, Jamie.
I'm asking a question.
You're not talking to me.
When's the last time the Falcons conceded a point?
No, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Carey's right. You got to win the damn game.
Score. You got to at least
win.
I mean the baby Falcons.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. I knew exactly what you meant. Yeah. No, I knew exactly what you meant.
Because, again, if you don't score any runs, the opposing team, the home team, is going to bunt that runner over to third,
right?
And then a sac fly ends the game.
The idea is you don't know how many runs that you need because the home team hasn't batted yet. That runner's only scoring in scoring position.
I do know if I score 1, they need to score more than 1.
That runner's only in scoring position.
Remember? Make the goalie make the save.
Yeah, man.
I get it.
Take
I
the shot.
get it. But
You
you're
know what?
still saying
you
this
hate my
is a-
idea. I'm sorry.
Carey,
I'm sorry that I said it.
Never
you know
mind.
what? You're right. Lose the game in extra innings. Don't score that run.
I don't know why
You're the
Anthony's in a
visiting
bad
team.
mood
You don't
already
have a
today.
chance.
It's all right,
Forget
Carey.
about
We
it.
get a point. We get a point for it to go in extras.
That's only in hockey, and I hate that
that's
rule
right.
too.
Hate that rule as well.
You know, so you're right,
Unless I'm
Anthony.
the losing team.
You don't know how many runs
That's
you
how
need.
the LA
so
Kings made the playoffs.
Don't even score the one run that you could score because you don't know how many you need. Don't score any. That makes
You're right,
sense.
Anthony. Much better idea.
Perfect idea.
You're acting like it's a guarantee that the home team's going to score said run. That is not a guarantee.
It seems like
You
it's
score as many runs as possible in your top frame.
or
That's
score
the idea.
or score one.
You're not guaranteed that you're not guaranteed to run anyways, even if you bunt the guy over. You're almost guaranteed an out.
Why is it-
We're guaranteeing it for the home team?
Exactly.
Why can't we guarantee it for the visiting
And
team?
that's all I'm saying.
You're making
That's
a whole
my
lot of
point.
guarantees that aren't actual guarantees.
Hey, but a
That's my
guarantee
point.
right there on the box.
For your daughter's sake, buy breaks for me. All right, it's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, and Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. Details are still pretty scarce on the situation, but we'll dive into an unfortunate situation involving Mizzou star running back Ahmad Hardy from this weekend. That's next on 101 ESPN.
Cheap, fun.
Let's get dirty. St. Louis with my friends over at Dirt Cheap. They are St. Louis's one-stop party shop. I have to announce this weekend, Saturday, massive collaboration going on between Dirt Cheap and my friends over at Urban Chestnut. We will be at the Telegraph location at noon, and we're going to have a lot of fun over there with Zwickle, Light, Squirrel Works, all sorts of great things over at Dirt Cheap. Look, they've got amazing prices on all of their alcohol. And again, the price or the name Dirt Cheap comes from the price, not the product. And I think that sometimes gets confused. It shouldn't. I get all of my great products from Dirt Cheap. They have an incredible selection of bourbons, the best tequilas, the vodkas. I mean, you name it. They're getting you ready for barbecue and pool party season. Also, they've got an amazing app. The Dirt Cheap app gives you in-store rewards immediately. Every dollar spent is points in the store that you can use. They've also got events in there that you can check out. There's tastings that are available. Just so many great things, but you do have to download the app. Go to dirtcheapfunfun.com. Again, that's dirtcheapfunfun.com. Whatever your tastes, you will find it at Dirt Cheap. Remember to have fun, but please be careful out there.
It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. So the details are not out yet. The most of the details are not out yet. But we do know that Missouri running back Ahmad Hardy, first team All-SEC selection last season, was shot at a concert in Mississippi early Sunday morning and is in stable condition following surgery. And that was the school that made that announcement today. Police told WJTV 12 News and the Laurel Leader Call that Hardy was shot in the upper leg at an outdoor concert that drew a large crowd at the, I'm not even going to try to say this biker club's name, in Laurel, Mississippi. Ahmad is deeply loved by his teammates, coaches, friends, family, and friends. The school's statement said, "We will continue to stand beside him and his family through this difficult time, offering our love, prayers, strength, and support." He was taken to the hospital in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. He was alert on Monday morning, moving around, and that was what a source told ESPN's Pete Thamel. There's optimism that he will play football again. How quickly he can return and the impact, however, has yet to be determined. So that's all we know as of right now. We don't know what the altercation was. We don't know why he was shot. We don't know if he was a bystander in the situation. We don't know.
Yeah.
So that's a tough situation, obviously, for the young man.
Yeah.
Obviously for the football program and all that, but mostly for him and his family.
Well, yeah, and I believe I think he's got a baby, 2 months old or something like that, just recently, anyways. Yeah, it's I hate hearing about these things. Like, it's just, I don't, you wonder sometimes if these athletes or these kids, never mind athletes, are putting themselves in the best situations or not. Mm-hmm. Like, and we don't know what happened.
Sure.
He could just be an innocent bystander. This is just a crazy accident that happens. You'd hope to think that somebody's not out to get him and did that on purpose. And I don't know. I'm not going to speculate too much because hopefully the details will come out at some point. I'm glad that it seems like he's going to at least have a recovery to continue living. Mm-hmm. Now, will he play football again? Will he do all that stuff? Don't know. There's a lot of things that can go on with injuries like that. Carey, I just wish him nothing but the best.
Yeah, I mean, it's an unfortunate, situation, and I think football is probably the last thing on, the loved ones that are close to him, their minds and himself. Like, I think, that's a traumatizing event. Mm-hmm. Regardless of how it happened, whether it was an accident, whether it was an altercation, whether it was, whatever the situation was, to be shot and to have to go through that, the psychological part of it is a huge thing. And then the recovery, the physical part of it is another huge thing. And then to not only just physically recover, to be able to walk and run and do things, but to play at an all-American caliber level is another thing to concern yourself with. So there's a lot of steps that are going to have to take place in the recovery for Ahmad Hardy in terms of, the mental recovery, the physical recovery, and then the physical recovery to be back to the level that he was, last season, if he can get to that. So, just like you said, prayers and thoughts to him and his family. But you never want to hear an incident like this taking place. We don't know the details. We don't know, how it all took place or what happened or who was at fault or any of that. But you just hope that the recovery for him first, mentally is good, and then the physical part is able to do the thing that he loves, the most.
So bear with me here. Our guy, Brandon Kiley, who's very tight with the Mizzou program, obviously, he just shot us this text, and this is from Natalie Jones of ABC 17. I'm assuming it's in Columbia. Let's see here. Product of Missouri. All right, so this is kind of the latest. Again, I'm just reading this, but it is from a verified website and a verified TV station. The Laurel, Mississippi police chief said Monday that Mizzou running back Ahmad Hardy was a victim in a shooting that occurred over the weekend. The police department is currently working on the case. Let's see here. Laurel Police Sergeant Macon Davis, in an interview with ABC 17, said that Hardy was attending a concert In a statement to the police following the shooting, the Tiger running back said he was there to support someone he knew that was on the list to perform that night. The department said that between the hours of 1 and 2 a.m., they received a 911 call that shots were being fired. Once the first officer arrived, the scene was described as a melee with shots ringing out and people running, hiding and trying to get to their cars. It was just kind of chaos there, for a moment. But shortly after enough arrival of our uniformed division, we were able to get the traffic stopped and the gunfire stopped and try to begin to, work through it, Davis said. Police said there were 2 confirmed victims in the shooting, including Hardy. Davis said each victim sustained 1 gunshot wound, with Hardy's coming in the upper leg. Both victims are in stable condition. At this time, the department emphasized that the motive for the shooting is still being investigated. So there's kind of the latest. Hardy had surgery on Sunday. It is reported to be stable. And then the team added is unknown when he'll return to football activities. So it does sound like Hardy was a victim and an innocent bystander here. But again, that's all we know as of right now. So it sounds like another sense. It just sounds like a senseless crime, and it's unfortunate. And again, like Jamie said, we wish Hardy nothing but the best, and hopefully he has a speedy recovery. And this is just an incident that will not affect his life or his football career. All right, it's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. We'll certainly share any sort of other updates that we get throughout the show. And our thanks to Brandon Kiley for shooting us that text message. NHL playoff storylines. A couple of interesting games over the weekend. How about those Habs? Boy, the Sabres look good the first game. And Habs said, not on my watch. Then we've got a competitive series in the Golden Knights-Ducks matchup. But the one I really want to ask you about, Jamie, have the Wilds discovered maybe a blueprint to slow down the Avalanche? That's next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals split with the San Diego Padres over the weekend. They have tonight off, and then they'll take on the Athletics tomorrow. First pitch is at 8:40 with Andre Palante on the mound. He'll face off against Jeffrey Springs. The Cardinals currently occupy that final wild card spot, a game and a half above the Pirates and the Reds. Coming up next, we're going to dive into round 2 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. We'll discuss some of those series coming up next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. The NHL playoffs continue to roll on, and one of the series I want to eventually get to with Jamie is the Avs Wild. But why don't we start off with the Habs and Sabres, because after Game 1, it looked like the Sabres weren't just a feel-good story. They were a legit cup contender, the way that they had played. Fast forward the next 2 games, it looks like the Canadiens have gone from that pesky underdog that was just happy to be in round 2 to now a team that is that has completely fired up the country of Canada. Like
It's
Montreal
wild.
is buzzing right now after the two wins. So how did this series flip, Jamie, so quickly?
Yeah, so look, Montreal, Jacob Dobish has been fantastic in between the pipes, and he's becoming a little bit of a rock star up in Canada right now. Just he's playing very well. But Cole Caulfield, who had 51 goals this past season, he had only scored 1 goal in the entire playoffs. And now he didn't score. He scored last game, but before that he didn't score, but he had more shots on net. They started to get him open a little bit for some shots. And Hudson on defense as well. He'd been playing well, but then he had, a massive game yesterday as well. When you look at it, here's the thing. If you're the Montreal Canadiens, and Marty St. Louis set it up in Canada, he said, all we have to do is get a split. And this was after Game 1 with Buffalo. We get a split, we're going back home to Montreal. And guys, I don't know what I can compare it to, except for, like, the movie Gladiator. Like when the guy's standing there and the place is just berserk, it is nuts. Carey, I don't know what you compare it to in football, college football atmosphere. One of those ones that obviously is just like you talk about the whiteout at Penn State sometimes. Like that's what you're getting. And then you have it 21,000 in the building. Then you've got another 20 or 30,000 outside the building watching it. It is a whole thing.
It's an experience.
And so if you're not ready, if you play against the Montreal Canadiens, I remember going because I was playing with the Boston Bruins and we played them, and we didn't start the way we wanted to, you're screwed. They're on their toes. They're going. The crowd is pushing. It's buzzing in there. You can't hear yourself think. The coach is trying to talk to you. You can't hear anything. You can't talk to your teammates. Like, you have no clue what's going on half the time. And sometimes the noise is so loud, it's almost like a little discombobulating. You're like, whoa. Like, they're loud in Boston, but this is a whole new level. Yeah. And then Montreal has been accused of hanging the microphones,
pumping some crowd noise
and regenerating the crowd noise a little loud. Whatever the case,
Minnesota trick.
Home field advantage, home ice advantage has got to be. It's real. And so when we watched that game yesterday, I could see the wheels starting to fall off the Sabres. They were just making unforced errors, bad discipline, and then Cole Caulfield scores. Then Lane Hudson takes over the game. Then Dobish shuts the door. Buffalo tries to run the goalie, and our old buddy Zach Bolduc jumps on top of a guy, starts pounding his face into the ice. Like, everything right now is trending Montreal. And Buffalo's got to get a grip, because now Buffalo, they got to win in Montreal. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no chance of hold serve. Like, you got to win one in Montreal now to get back on serve.
Yeah. I think it's going to be tough the way you just described that. But the Sabres team, the Sabres team has been fast. They've been legit. They have played well. Mm-hmm. And It's amazing that to see that this series is flipped. Again, we're going to get to the
Just
Avs
think
and
about this for a
Wild.
second. 2 years ago, would you have thought that, man, that Buffalo Sabres and Montreal
No.
Canadiens, that's going to be a hell of a series in 2 years.
No, absolutely not. You think, oh man, what has happened to the league?
Exactly.
Yeah. Ducks and Golden Knights. The Ducks have evened things up.
Joel Quenneville, man.
He
I'm telling
continues
you.
to get maximize this youth for Anaheim.
Yeah, they've got a really good, talented team. There's only a few roster differences from what the coach had last year, but Joel Quenneville, he knows how to coach young talent. I wouldn't have thought that to be true when he was here, because we didn't have really we had me and Jim Campbell. We're like the two youngest guys on the team, and after that, every other guy was a veteran player. So I wouldn't say, and he had come from Colorado before with Joe Sakic and Forsberg, so he wasn't used to the young talent. But then when he went to Chicago and he went through all those years with Patrick Kane, Jonathan Toews, that whole youthful movement that they had, and he figured out how to unlock that youthful energy and keep them going. He's done that in Anaheim now. Yeah. I never thought that I'd be sitting here at 2 games apiece with the Anaheim Ducks being in this with Vegas. It just never thought it would be there. So I don't count them out, man.
And then finally, again, the Wild. So with their winning Game 3, did the Wild potentially flip the series? Do they have a bit of a blueprint? And the blueprint is just what we've seen out of playoff teams before. It's like strong forecheck. You set the tone. You start fast. Don't let the game come to you. You have to dictate it. And that's kind of what the Wild did. And then their star was the star. Kaprizov was incredible in Game 3. So it's not like they have discovered some new strategy. It's just the Wild for the first time in this series had the blueprint, the playoff blueprint laid out, and they really did take it to the Avalanche. It looked like a completely different game than the previous 2 in Colorado.
1 game.
Yeah. Okay. So that was my question.
1 game. And we'll see.
Does tonight the Avs just get back on track, or do you think
there'll be adjustments made? Minnesota did a really good job of flooding the middle of the ice. They played extremely disciplined. They played tough. They drug it into the alley a little bit, which you kind of have to do because nobody in the league is matching the talent of the Avalanche, not player for player. So you have to figure out how do you create an advantage is maybe do things that the other team won't do or are incapable of doing. There'll be an adjustment here. Jared Bednar's a hell of a coach. The Avs, Nathan McKinnon, he's going to come back better than ever. Like, if you're the Wild right now, you have to imagine that tonight's game, there's going to be a massive swell of the Avalanche getting after it. They're going to want to get in early and end the game quickly. So that's the deal, because then that forces Minnesota to open up. Can't play that style of hockey. If you're chasing the game, you can't play that style of hockey because then you're just basically conceding the loss.
Sure.
So that's the start of tonight's game as far as who scores first and how often, I think will dictate how this game kind of plays out.
And the Avalanche are switching goaltenders tonight, too. Mackenzie Blackwood is going in. So if you're the Wild, start pumping shots on him, get him rattled in between the pipes. I thought Wallstad had a great game in Game 3. He ended up getting the night off for Game 2 after giving up, the 9 goals in the first game. So that was a long series against Dallas.
That was worse than it looked.
And he's a young goaltender, so he needed a little bit of a break. But I thought he was good as well in that Game 3. That's a fun series to watch. You mentioned Kirill the Thrill, but my goodness, watching Quinn Hughes out there play hockey on defense is just so fun to watch.
Future Blue? He's unrestricted free agent.
Yeah.
Coming up.
Go get him, Army.
Let's go, Army. Get that checkbook out.
Get him.
You'll have to get rid of 4 or 5 players to afford them, but that's fine.
No. Okay, maybe not. All right. It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
Oh, you forgot about the Hurricanes, Anthony. They took down the Flyers.
Well, Marsh, I said NHL playoff storylines.
Gotcha. Yeah, there's nothing
The
really
real
there.
storyline, though, will be the next series for the Hurricanes.
Right. So nothing to
I'll
see here.
tell you what, Dan Vladar, oh my gosh, that final goal that he gave up. I texted my buddies. I go, Pedro Pajes has had 2 pass balls today, and I think he would have caught that one.
Oh, dang. If you're saying that, it's
terrible.
Then you really do believe
it was a
young
tough
kid
goal to
came out
give
of
up.
nowhere, carried a team for 3.5 weeks into the playoffs, won a first round, but yeah.
What have you done for me lately? It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter. What can teams learn from the way that the Sixers built their roster? Not very sustainable. That's next on 101 ESPN. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We just got done talking about the NHL playoffs. Well, the NBA playoffs are now over for the Philadelphia 76ers. And one of the things that I think a lot of Sixers fans complain about, Carey, is that the way that the roster has been built, the whole process angle and all that, really it's built on a foundation that is not sustainable. Joel Embiid in round 1 against the Celtics at times was the best player on the court. In fact, he may have been the best player in that series. But by round 2, you could tell he's already breaking down. His body won't allow him to have any sort of sustained success.
Right.
So the way that the Sixers built their roster, they're now paying the price, in my opinion, for building everything around an unstable foundation, and that being Joel Embiid, superstar player when he's at his best, but a roster that lacks depth when he can't go. So what can other teams and other sports also learn about this?
Well, I think one thing you learn is the amount of money that Joel Embiid has been being paid and the amount of injuries that he's dealt with it's hard to fathom paying someone. I think he's getting paid $58 million, and he only played 38 games this year. And playoff time, he's only played in 7 of those games. He missed a couple of games, was expected to miss a few more games in this Knicks series, and it didn't matter because the Knicks are a buzzsaw, and they're just kind of running through everyone. But I think what you're learning, and then also the amount of money that they've paid Paul George. Paul George on the back end of his career, making around $50 million as well, missed a lot of time as well this season, only played in 37 games. So you have no continuity, really, between your 2 best players, well, your 2 highest paid players, because I think Tyrese Maxey is their best player. And then you try to put all of these things together come playoff time. And it worked well for one series because I don't know what the heck the Boston Celtics were doing. They were up 3-1, and then they allowed the 76ers back into that series and then to win that series. But then you run into the New York Knicks, who are, I mean, the way that they beat the Atlanta Hawks to close out that series, I feel like they've won pretty much 4 or 5 of their last games by 30 plus. That's what it feels like. Every time they're on the court, they're beating the heck out of people. So it's just constructing your team, and I'm sure for Philly fans, it's extremely frustrating because you had the whole trust the process era, and that failed. And then you've brought in multiple different players to try to pair with Joel Embiid, and he's often injured. And now, the team, in my opinion, has shifted to younger players, Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe as their 2 lead players, but you still have Joel Embiid when he's healthy as one of the best players on the court. But he's not able to run and sprint and play this pace that other teams that the Knicks were playing. He's not able to do it. He's got to slow the game down because he's often injured. And I think what you learn is when you pay those players a lot of money, they gotta play. You cannot afford for them to be injured. And if you do, you're going to be in a world of hurt. And that's essentially where the 76ers are right now, trying to regather, regroup, and figure out what they're going to do for next season because I don't think what they have now is sustainable for the future.
It's tough, too, because we just had the conversation last week, Jamie, about building around those superstar players like Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. And boy, it's a great starting point to have. But ultimately, you're still finding yourself short in areas of your roster, including goaltending in Edmonton's case. Defense at times was optional for them, but they still got damn close. What do? You move on from McDavid and Draisaitl? No. But it can be difficult to build around a superstar, knowing that you have this superstar. He does mask some of the weaknesses that you have on your roster, and it takes a really smart GM to know, hey, I've got to build the proper depth and the right glue to get this roster, to the ultimate championship.
The hard part, though, I think for the NBA is that you have so many dollars committed to your high-end guys, and they're playing half the games. What do you do then?
Yeah.
What can you do? Because you have to pay those guys to keep them. They earn that contract at some point in their career, and I'm not taking that away from them. But how are you supposed to build with that? Joel Embiid, 38 games, Carey said, this year.
Mm-hmm.
He probably highest paid guy on the team?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you build around that?
Yeah, you can't.
Because when he's healthy, you build around that. I mean, who wouldn't? That guy's an absolute monster when he's healthy. When he's not, which means he's more than half the season he's not healthy, you can't. But you have all these dollars committed to that. So there's a flaw somewhere economically in the NBA, which is affecting why these teams are struggling to stay competitive or to get to that next level. And some of the teams, let's be honest, they're not even trying anymore to get to that next level. They're just saying, screw it.
Part of their problem, too, is the decision making outside of, like, teams often, we saw this with the Denver Nuggets, how after they won the championship, their bench got much more worse than it was than the team that won them a championship. There's so much money allocated to the superstars that you maybe kind of go a little bit cheaper on the bench. And the 76ers bench in this postseason averaged 28 points a game. Like that's what they averaged. They had 3 guys that were on their roster that are playing for 3 separate teams. Julian Champagny, who was playing for the Spurs, they waived him so that they could have Mac McClung do the dunk contest a few years ago. Like, literally, that's why they waived him. Julian is averaging 10 points a game for the Spurs. Jared McCain, they traded him. He's averaging 6 points. And Isaiah Joe, they waived him. He's averaging 7 points. You got about 20 points right there in 3 guys that were on your roster that you waived 2 of them. One so a guy could be in the dunk contest, and then one you traded for a second-round pick. Like, poor management of your roster also goes into this. Like, you're going to pay your superstars what they earn, but when you don't have the roster and the depth for the rest of the players, you're going to struggle. And I think that that's where the 76ers are. They struggled this postseason because they've been too reliant on a unhealthy Joel Embiid.
How about that? That goes back to what I said about the smart GM.
Yeah.
You know, finding a guy that can put together an actual team around a star player, as opposed to trying to appease that star player. And I get it; it's tough, right? You get somebody that comes in the office and say, "Hey, you know, I want X, Y, and Z." All right, you're trying to make it work, and you're trying to make him happy, but ultimately, you're trying to do. Everybody's goal is to win, and if you're not doing that, you're going to find yourself without a job.
Good luck.
Yep, and the star player's going to hang around. We do want your mic drops. We're going to do these throughout the course of the show. So, what would you change about the Cardinals quarter mark through the season? It's been great. It's been fun. We actually can have conversations like this, which is awesome, because I don't know if we were going to at the start of the season. So, what would you change right now at the quarter mark for the Cardinals? Leave us a Scotty Heating Company mic drop via the Dobbs Star Notice Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Again, what would you change? If you could change anything about the Cardinals, what would be the one thing that you would change moving forward throughout the course of the season? If you want to have some fun with it, you certainly can. If you want to take it more serious, you can do that as well. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Is Michael McGreevy the Cards' true number 1 right now? That's next on 101 ESPN. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN 3 o'clock. Your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Jamie, I know you had this thought after watching Michael McGreevy pitch on Friday, so I'll just pass the ball over to you here and let you roll with it. Is Michael McGreevy the true number one now for the Cardinals?
Well, just watching him kind of emerge this season, yes, Liberatore had a good outing on Thursday for the Cardinals, but you're still kind of holding your breath a little bit. You don't know from start to start how consistent Matthew Liberatore is going to be. He was supposed to be your clear-cut number one. He was your opening day pitcher, all the things. Mm-hmm. Yet the one guy who's been the most consistent has been Michael McGreevy. Dustin May, I don't know how long he's going to be a Cardinal. That's to be determined, but he also was supposed to be a guy that was probably your number two guy, or maybe he was number one, Liberatore number two. McGreevy was certainly slotted in at 3.
Sure.
And here you are now where McGreevy, it just keeps carrying the team. And, he's emerging as a little bit of a leader, too. He's becoming more vocal. You hear more interviews with him, and when he speaks, he's talking about really good things. Like, you're just kind of seeing the evolution of what you'd think to be a starting pitcher in Major League Baseball, whereas I still feel like Matthew Liberatore's trying to figure out what he is. Mm-hmm. And it's not a knock against Matthew Liberatore, just maybe he's not a number one. Maybe he's not a number two. Maybe he's a mid to bottom of the rotation guy. And maybe McGreevy's a little higher up right now. But then I have trouble because then I was sitting in the room when I was putting this together going, but is it like fool's gold? And what I mean by that is like McGreevy on the Dodgers or something, he's a 3 or 4 or a 5. Mm-hmm. Like there's no he's not getting any higher than that. And why is that? Because he doesn't really have the swing and miss stuff.
Right.
And this pitching to contact, it sounds fun and everything, but everyone I talk to, former baseball players and people surround the game, they're like, that could carry about a half a season as it gets hotter and the players get more worn out. Some of these defensive stops don't come. All of a sudden, the baseball starts to have eyes for a little while. Mm-hmm. And so the swing and miss is necessary for a team to actually challenge. Now, again, I feel like I'm speaking out of both sides of my mouth because I never expected the Cardinals to be in second place or even a wild card spot at this point of the season. Yet here I am now, almost with expectations that we gotta find a pitcher, man. Put him in the rotation.
Right.
But I guess my biggest question overall is, it's great to see the emergence of Michael McGreevy. Love it. Mm-hmm. Matthew Liberatore, I'm just going to put to be determined on what we have there. But where is the swing and miss coming from? Because you don't have it. I don't know what you have in the minor leagues. Like Chaim Bloom loaded up on pitchers, some of them with the high velocity, some with swing and miss potential, but we're not really hearing about anybody that's been a stud. Like you go around the league and you see some of the teams that have these pitchers that are being developed at AAA, AA. You're hearing about them. Oof, nasty. He's gone 4 games in a row with like 1 hit each time. Like you're hearing about it. Maybe I'm not listening to the right places, but I'm not hearing a lot.
I mean, it's just these guys are. I just think it's.
Or are they so far away?
Yeah, like Liam Doyle's in it's Springfield right now, and he's currently working on his breaking pitches. So he is learning on the fly what certain secondary pitches can do. He can sit anywhere from 95 to 100, which has got him drafted. Mm-hmm. But in order to be a starting pitcher, an effective one at the major league level, you have to have the secondary offerings. And so that's what Liam Doyle is working on right now. Like apparently scouts didn't like his slider at all, so now he's working on a cutter. And again, he's working on a couple different versions of a changeup.
Didn't like his slider. Why'd you draft him?
Well, because
just asking.
That fastball that sits that fastball that sits at the top of the zone, when he can locate it, it's almost unhittable. But he's in AA. It's going to take him a bit. So I think we will start to hear about some of these guys. But to your overall point, who's going to have swing and miss stuff? Because it's in the starting rotation right now. It's not.
How many pitchers over the years? Last 5 years. How many pitchers have we talked about? Like, maybe
42.
Maybe.
Right.
And it's like the well is dry right now. And I know, again, Chaim Bloom drafted a whole bunch of pitchers, pitcher heavy, all that at the deadline, pitcher heavy. Great. But, like, nobody's knocking at the door right now. So what you see right now is what you get. And I'm like, Nice for McGreevy. Puts him at the top of the list. But I don't know how much it helps the Cardinals long term, even for this season.
Sure.
I think he's kind of cementing himself to be on the roster long term. Like when you're looking at how this roster is going to shake out in 3 to 5 years, I think every player is kind of positioning themselves for whether I'm an everyday player, whether I'm a starter, whether I'm a bullpen guy, a closer, whatever my role is. You're trying to solidify that this year because the goal is to continue to ascend towards a playoff team and then a championship team, and you want to be firmly cemented in a role in that team, on that team, no matter what that is. And I think Michael McGreevy is doing that right now. His ERA is 2.18. He's doing really well. He's not walking a lot of players, and he's doing a really good job. To answer your question, Liam Doyle did strike out 8 in his last appearance, so maybe there's some strikeout swing and miss stuff
but he's
there.
still in Double-A.
But he's playing against the guys he's playing against.
I know.
So that's
it's not like he's
you hope that it continues to progress.
Yeah.
So that may be the swing and miss guy that the Cardinals are looking for in the future. But as far as McGreevy goes, again, I think he's doing a fantastic job just showing up every single day, as you said, being the best pitcher on the staff right now. And I said this last week, the one thing about when you're starting a series, how you start the series, and Chip even mentioned it on air, I think yesterday, is the competition that grows amongst the pitchers, the starting staff. Mm-hmm. If you perform well on Friday night, well, I'm trying to one-up you on Saturday. And then on Saturday, I'm trying to one-up you on Sunday and it's a healthy competition just to say you did a great job. Now let me go out there and see if I can do better. And I think that's what I think this weekend was a perfect example of that. They all performed. Was it perfect? No. Again, Kyle Leahy threw 45 pitches at one point in an inning, it felt like, but he still was able to get out of those innings unscathed and really, give the team enough innings to not put as much stress on your bullpen.
Yeah. Here's Michael McGreevy on MLB Network Radio on the Cardinals' mindset this season. That may play into, Carey, what you just talked about with Chip, mentioning how Chip said that they're all competitive. Well, here's the current mindset, according to Michael McGreevy.
You always want to be clear, not delusional. So what? We lost a lot of guys. We subtracted a lot. We're heading down this direction. It's a clear direction, no doubt. But so what? We want this core to be the beginning of what's going to be a very long and successful kind of era for Cardinal baseball. I think St. Louis fans have been blessed with the Adam Wainwrights, the Pujolses, the Molinas, and now it's just this great opportunity to build the next generation of those guys, like the Jordan Walkers, the Mason Winns, the J.J. Weatherholds. And in that first meeting with Ollie, he basically said, who cares? Guys, play free, play hard, play fast, compete relentlessly. When another team comes to town, I want them to be absolutely exhausted after they play us, whether it's a 3-game set or a 4-game set. We go into their house, they come into ours, we want them to be, thank God we're leaving and not facing the Cardinals anymore.
There you go. I love it. If they can accomplish that'd be great.
He sounds like a veteran to me. Mm-hmm. That
He's
conversation,
really come a long way.
That sounds like a guy that is comfortable in his role, confident in his role, knows exactly who he is and what he's supposed to be doing. And I think you don't start talking like that until you know you're going to be in a place for a few years. If you are on a if I don't perform well, I might be back in Memphis. If that's your mindset, you don't talk like that, right? He's talking about future and talking about past Cardinals and how those teams had certain players and how this team hopes to have certain players. And it sounds like to me I believe I'm in that group as well without saying that, because you don't have those conversations if you're not in that conversation. So he sounds like a veteran. He sounds like, one of the guys that expects to be here, and he's performing like it as well.
Yeah, and there was one morning, he joins TMA quite a bit, and the guys Tim and the guys do such a great job of these discussions with the play. They really do. It turns into a chitty-chatty, it's not a very much of an interview form. Mm-hmm. And in doing so, they were talking about golfing, because he was on, I forget where they were at, if he was going to bring the golf clubs or something. And McGreevy, to Carey's point, says, "Nah, I'm not bringing them this time." He said, "Had a little something that I need to work on. I'm not thrilled with something, so it's not a great look for the young guy to be bringing his golf clubs. I'm going to get there. I'm going to get some work in and make sure that I can fix this." And I was like, that's what it is. So that's what you're talking about, the maturation, becoming a pro, whatever it is.
Self-awareness too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think he's a throwback pitcher. You guys were talking about swing and miss, and obviously the velo is not there, but he had 9 strikeouts on Friday night.
Right.
You know, like even if you're not throwing 99 and you can execute pitches, you can strike guys out. You know, is that something that is concerning to you, that he doesn't throw 99 but can get guys out?
So this conversation, quite honest, for me, is less about Michael McGreevy. Mm-hmm. It is. This is not an attack on him or a critique on him or how he pitched. No, he's fine. He's fine. But if he's your number one, you're not fine.
Gotcha.
That's what I'm saying. It's like if the Cardinals want to take that next step, this so far this year has been a massive surprise, pleasant surprise for everybody. But if they want to make that next step, Michael McGreevy has to be a 2 or a 3 in your rotation, in my opinion. And so this is less about Michael McGreevy, more about the Cardinals. Mm-hmm. We get a text here says from Brokeback Gerbil. We appreciate your participation always. Oh, says Jamie, just because you're drafted in the first round of an MLB draft doesn't mean you're going to play the next year. These kids take time. I wrote back, thank you. I know that, but the Cardinals have been drafting for how many years now? Like, I know Heimblum's. Actually, Mozeliak, from what we understand, did he not handle the draft?
Yes.
So this Mo's draft class again.
Him and Randy Flores, but yeah, I mean he oversees it. So.
I'm just saying it wasn't Heimblum's draft even yet.
No.
So
last year
that's my point.
I mean, I guess it's a combination.
But Mo kept saying that he handled it.
You guys giving Mo credit. You better be careful.
No, you have no credit.
I got attacked.
You did?
That's because you're speaking for St. Louis.
Hey, giving the guy credit where credit was due.
Yeah, you talked for St. Louis. That was your mistake. It had really nothing to do with your comment.
Yep.
Your opinion wasn't bad. It was just the way you included everybody.
I thought it was time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to let bygones be bygones.
You thought wrong.
Clearly.
Sometimes the timing's wrong.
Clearly. It's bad.
All right, we're taking your mic drops. What would you change about the Cardinals, if anything, through the quarter mark of the season? We're roughly the quarter mark through the MLB season, so what would you change? Leave us a mic drop via the Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app, and we'll play those throughout the course of the show. We got the Sports Six Pack coming up, part 1 at least, 314-399-9646, the Air Comfort Service text line. So if you do have a question, send it in, and we'll answer them next on 101 ESPN. Carey, we always get the question, hey, did you actually go to Mentality? Does it work? Yes, we both go to Mentality. Yes, it absolutely works. Well, how does it work? I actually notice Mentality helping me more outside of the gym than I do in the gym. And it does help within the gym as well. I mean, in terms of the weight that I'm able to move and all that stuff, whether or not I'm still, sore several days later or not, it works that way. But I really noticed it on the weekends. Mm-hmm. So I had a lot of things going on Saturday, a lot of cleaning up to do. Mowed the lawn, did all the edge work, all that stuff. Cleaned out the back patio, dealt with certain things in the backyard. And I was still revving to go 5 o'clock. Yeah. And I'd been outside for a while. So that's where I really notice when Mentality helps with my energy, my mood, my drive, all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, if you feel like you're a guy that's losing that edge, somebody that did have all of that energy, and then all of a sudden, man, I can't complete these tasks, or I'm too tired to hang out with the kids, Mentality can help you. Like, it's not just, it could be low testosterone, not just getting older, it could be low testosterone, and they have programs that you can get on that will help you get that energy back, help you relive the life that you want to live, and be the man that you always felt that you should be. So go check them out. They have 2 great locations, one in South County, one in Chesterfield. Great people, same people at both locations. Do a great job to help you feel better.
Yeah, and the program isn't extensive by any means. You go there once a week, and a lot of times they'll check in, with you. Hey, how you feeling? All that. Every 5 to 10 weeks, they'll redraw your blood, make sure nothing else is going on, and make sure that you're liking the program. They're always constantly checking in with you. So, like CD said, you can head to one of the 2 locations or visit them at lowtusa.com. Again, lowtusa.com. Tell them Carey and Anthony sent you. It's Mentality.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. If you have a question for us, send them in to the Air Comfort Service text line, which is 314-399-9646. Marshy, question 1, please.
Question number 1.
All right, this first one comes from Grant Francis Fan Club. Pat Maroon was a drag you into the fight guy. Who are some guys in today's NHL the Blues could target for that role?
Brady Tkachuk. I mean,
Yes.
you're setting me up for that one. If we're going lesser, I'll tell you who I've really started to like as a player, and that is Josh Anderson in Montreal. He plays fourth line minutes over there. He's a penalty killer, but he's an absolute beast. He runs guys over. He can fight. He can score. He doesn't get put in that role, but I don't know what Montreal would be wanting for a guy like that. Probably wouldn't want to really get rid of him based upon the fact that he's so effective. But that's a guy that I think on the cheap, you could probably get him. Let's see what his contract looks like here. He's got one more year at 5.5. That might be a little pricey for what he brings to the table right now, but then he becomes a UFA, so we would see. I just like guys like that. I like guys that can play the game. They're physical. They don't have to be super tough guys or anything. Just play physical. The game isn't what it used to be. Some of the guys who are the most intimidating guys are guys that can get in on the forecheck, hit, disrupt, and do damage. And I like the way he plays. If we're going for the home run, obviously a guy like Brady Tkachuk, you're looking to grab somebody like that. But Ottawa's basically said, no, go chase yourself. So we'll see. But I don't know, Marshy, do you have anybody in mind?
I think the key part there is who would be available, and does that player necessarily match what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
Like, are you going to bring people in to a roster like this, where it sounds like the Blues might not do anything unless they can convince some people to go somewhere else, but those players have no trade clauses. So I don't really know what you can do that would ultimately not block a spot for a young player coming up throughout the organization.
Yeah, I look at the third line and think you might be able to do something there. Like Jonathan Berggren, is he the part of your future? I liked him. So
I did too.
One of the things that I was a little critical of the Blues of down their stretch when they were actually in the playoff push was he got healthy scratched so many times. And I'm like, every time that guy was in the lineup, he created offense. He got one time he had 2 or 3 point games, like 3 game with a point in a row, and then he was out again. So, no, he's no Selke Trophy winner, Anthony, which means he's not going to be your best defensive player on a nightly basis. But I thought there was enough there. I just think, for me overall, bottom line, doesn't matter who you target, I think the Blues need to get tougher up front. They need more bodies that are willing to get to the net. We're seeing that right now. Slavkovsky is in front of the net last night, and nobody's around. Lane Hudson just shoots it. He's a big-ass body in front of the net. Nobody touches him. He deflects it, and it's a goal.
Same thing with Kirill Kaprizov, who is a skills player. He's a skill guy. Those type of players, I would bet they don't go to the front of the. They don't need to, right? Just shoot the puck. Just do what you can do. He's standing right in front of the net. When Quinn Hughes scores the other night.
He's strong like a bull, though. He's got huge legs.
But that guy's getting paid a lot of money,
You're right?
right?
He doesn't have to.
He doesn't have to.
Per se. You're right.
And you're telling me that guys that are trying to stay in the league, that are trying to earn their stripes on a team that's not even in the playoffs, those guys aren't going to go to the front of the net?
It's, and this is going to sound terrible, but I'm going to say it anyways. It doesn't take skill. It takes no skill to battle to get to the front of the net. It doesn't. It's a battle of will at that point. It's physical, and I don't have to be able to stick handle to get there. I don't even have to be able to shoot a puck. I just have to be able to skate through somebody and be willing to do it to get there. So for me, it's more a frame of mind. To Marshy's point, with Kaprizov going there, as talented as he is, but it's a frame of mind. He knows, I got to get there. It's my job.
Question number 2.
All right, this next one comes from the Water Boy. I can watch any playoff game except Carolina, no matter who is watching or playing. But the NBA seems like you are just watching guys take threes all day and no defense. How would you convince or explain NBA playoffs to a hockey guy like Jamie so that he would actually enjoy it? I love how he spun that to you and not him.
I would say.
What did I do?
I think
Gary's going to get mad at me now.
No. I would say watch, because it's not all threes. Watching a team like Oklahoma City, they do a great job of sharing the basketball. They're not a team that cares about who gets the glory. The same thing I would say with the Spurs. Like Victor Wembanyama, if you want to watch an alien play basketball, it's him. You don't see a guy that large. I mean, he's a large human being that can play inside, play outside, knock down the three, and, block as many shots on the interior and on the defensive end, and, dunk a ball pretty much without even jumping. He's a fun player to watch. So for me, it's not the threes that get jacked up. It does. I think that's more in the regular season where it's a lot of, feels like pickup basketball. I went on a bit of a tangent last week about LeBron not playing defense. Looked like he's playing at Lifetime Fitness on a Saturday afternoon. LeBron, get your ass back on defense. But other than that, I would say OKC is a fun team, a really fun team to watch. And the Knicks were outstanding, have been outstanding so far this playoff run. The way that they beat up on the 76ers was really fun as well. Like, teams that go inside and outside, athleticism, have the ability to share the basketball and knock down the three. The game gets boring when you see both teams going back and forth and just jacking up threes and missing. Like, that's boring as all get out. But playoff time is not really that level of basketball. Teams aren't going to just keep shooting threes if they're missing them. They got to find a way to score, and generally that's going to try to get inside and get fouled and get an extra, get to the line.
I think that's – I'll say this. I think basketball, sometimes it's warranted. Sometimes it gets a little bit of a bad rap. And the reason is the style of game has changed. So you talk to a lot of people, like the NHL, let's say 6, 7, 8 years ago, maybe 10, went really skill-based. Remember, it was all smaller, fast guys, small, fast guys. Mm-hmm. And it was like, super skills and all these things you could see on YouTube of, like, crazy puck maneuvers. And then the game started to slowly change where the teams figured out that you needed to be big and heavy. Mm-hmm. Not the whole team, but overall. And that's if you go back to the Cup champions, like Tampa. They had one of the most skilled teams in the league by far. They didn't win anything until they went and got some grit. They went and got some third-line guys, Zach Bogosian, McDonough, Nick Paul, like some heavy bodies to Pat Maroon, heavy bodies to complement all of that skill. Where basketball, I think the game right now is in that spot where the NHL was for a while, where it's gotten so far away from the trenches, and so everybody talks, there's the three-pointers. Well, now the stats and the analytics show if you can get 2 or 3 guys that are hot from the three-point line, So the game has gotten away from the days when we remember the elbows and the the shoulders and the just battling for space underneath the rim. And you get it from a few teams, but not like you used to see it.
So I think that's in all sports. I think it all shifts depending on how other teams are playing. Football, you could say the same thing. It became a lot of outside perimeter game, and then teams were saying, well, they got these linebackers that are 215 pounds. Let's run the ball right at them. So now it starts to shift back to interior play where now we're going to run the ball grounded and run at you. I think the same thing can be said about basketball. It has been a lot of three-pointers that have been shot, but you're starting to see the interior play. Again, a guy like Victor Wembanyama, who is 7'5", Chet Holmgren for the Thunder, and Hartenstein, those are two bigs that they get inside. It's hard to play that level when you got smaller guys. So teams that run those small lineups out and you got bigs on the court, you're going to have an advantage on the offensive end because they got to cover you and they got to play in front of you. But on the defensive end, you're going to be out of gas because they're going to be pounding you down on the inside and scoring buckets. So it does, I think, in every sport, when teams start to zig, you'll see a team that says, all right, we should zag and maybe go a different way. Like you said with hockey, so perimeter, okay, let's get some bigger guys and run over these smaller guys. Same thing with football. I think you're starting to see it a little bit in basketball as well.
Question number 3.
From the 636, in hindsight, do you think it was a mistake on trading Sonny Gray? We just talked about the pitching for the Cardinals. What do you think about that question?
No, I don't think it was a mistake to trade Sonny Gray. I don't think that you'd be necessarily in better shape. He's already suffered an injury once, and you kind of know what you had out of Sonny Gray. And who knows if he feels as though that the situation wasn't going to improve, it wasn't going to be a winning team, what sort of mindset you'd be getting coming in. So, no, I don't think that keeping Sonny Gray was the right call. Plus, you'd always have that in the back of your head of like, okay, well, Kyle Leahy, they really wanted to give him a look as a starting pitcher. Right, wrong, or indifferent, they wanted to see what he had. So, trading him freed up that spot. Plus, at some point, maybe Richard Fitz does turn into, a quality reliever starter for you. So I'm good with the deal. I was fine with it then. So even though we're playing the hindsight game here, I'm really not going to go back and redo that one. We're good. All right, part 2 is coming up next. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. Keep those questions coming in, and we'll continue to answer them next.
Well, I just had the opportunity to see my guy, Derek Stevens, while I was in Las Vegas, and we took a trip over to the Circa Sports Casino. Man, what an awesome spot. Had a chance to sit there, watch some hockey on the world's largest sports book. Really, so many great things going on at Circa Sports. They've got great lines on futures bets. Got to place a couple bets myself and the old Montreal Canadiens. That one paid off. It was a great night for the boys down in Vegas. You can have a great night, too, every night on your phone, right in the palm of your hand. Now you can just get to the App Store or the Google Play Store, and you can download the Circa Sports app. It's the white logo. That is for the state of Missouri. And then you're right there, right in the world's largest sportsbook, right there. You can do it. Best odds of any app that is out there. That means bigger payouts. They also have high betting limits, and it's extremely user-friendly. And Circa Sports, they celebrate the winners. They don't stop them, cut them off, block them, none of that stuff. They applaud your winning, and they want to see you keep doing it. It is sports betting the way it really should be. So again, get to the App Store, Google Play Store, or for any more information that you require, go to circasports.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. The Cardinals split with the Padres over the weekend. Cardinals have tonight off, but then they'll go up against the Athletics tomorrow with Andre Palante on the mound. First pitch is at 8:40. We have part 2 of our Sports Six-Pack coming up next, so get your questions into the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. We'll answer your questions next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Part 2 of our Sports Six-Pack is right now. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. Question 4, please.
Question number 4.
Oh, Jamie, you'll love this one. From the 636, Zach Bolduc scores again. What did we get?
You've got a defenseman who played top 4 minutes for you, over 20 minutes a game down the stretch when you were winning a lot of hockey games. Happy for Zach Bolduc. It's great. That was his first playoff goal this year, last night. It's good.
Are we still talking about Zach Bolduc?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're still doing this crap.
He scored that game, so.
I don't know. You know, we let Brett Hull go to the Dallas Stars one time.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that's what happened here in St. Louis. We did it.
Wayne Gretzky won a Stanley Cup here, though, so it was...
No, he didn't.
he played here for 4 years, so it was...
Listen, Carey, when you think back over the trades or the transactions, the history of time for the St. Louis Blues, you'll think Wayne Gretzky, Brett Hull, Zach Bolduc. Okay? That's what you'll be thinking. Hey, come on, man. What
Let
are you
it
doing
go.
here? Elsa, let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Just be happy for Zach. I was thrilled. I saw him score. He's all pumped up. Like, that's great. And I'm like, just wait. It's coming.
Do you ever, sometimes, with those close to you, I have to say that. Let it go, Elsa.
Yeah, just let it go.
Elsa, let it go. Yeah. Quit holding on to it. Let it go.
Yeah.
You feel better when you let it go, man. Just saying. Or don't and be miserable. Whatever, dude.
Question 5, please.
Question number 5.
From War Corgi, how much value do you place on Ollie's years of experience now?
Lisa?
Some people will never place any value on it. They'll say that Albert Pujols won you the games in 2022, and you stunk it up since then. And now, I don't know who you would say. Who would you say? Because you'll never give Ollie credit for being a good manager. So what player or players would this season fall under that they're having success? Because Jordan Walker is playing well, and then J.J. Weatherholt and Riley O'Brien. Those guys are studs, and they probably are going to be all-stars. And you know what? Ollie, nothing to do with it. Now, Anthony, if it were to flip and somehow, they start losing, it's Ollie's fault. And if the lineup stinks, then, whatever. Shouldn't play him. What are you doing? Why are you pitching this guy?
How come Gorman went 0 for 4 last night? It's your fault, Ollie.
What are you teaching him? You guys don't work on anything. You know what was crazy to me when I was coaching? I would hear parents, "What are you doing?" Hell, ask him. I don't teach him that. Hell, that's your kid. What are you teaching him? He ain't listening to me. I've never told him to do that. That's ridiculous. I agree. Hell, you mad at me for? What are you teaching him? I didn't teach him that, sir. I can guarantee you that. He did that all on his own. He went rogue.
I usually blame the coach.
This is what I will say. At least this year, I have seen less hate for Ollie Marmol on our text line and on social media.
We're winning, Marshy.
I think a lot of the blame now is starting to fall on the players.
And it was never the players' fault before. That's amazing. I find that amazing.
Yeah. Going back to the question, every single game, every single day that Ollie Marmol manages, or, whether he's managing the clubhouse, managing the personalities, or actually managing the game, is valuable experience. Period. If I can answer the question quite literally, that's it. So,
hey, look, there's nothing that says that Ollie, at the same time as these players, that he hasn't evolved either as a manager. There's nothing to say, like, everyone wants to talk about what's experience. Well, how can you get experience until you live it or work in that? So anybody who wants to complain about Ollie, whatever job you have currently that you're working in, at some point you had no experience. Mm-hmm. At some point you had to learn, and at some point you were very confident that you could perform those tasks as long as someone let you try, gave you the opportunity. And I think Ollie is making good on what his job is supposed to be. He's created a really fun team, and we just heard Michael McGreevy talking about Ollie, how he wants this team to be the most annoying team to play against in Major League Baseball. Mm-hmm. And the players are repeating that stuff, so he's having an impact.
Agreed.
We did get a text from 618. Here's something that a lot of people don't give him credit for. Ollie has his superpower of delegating responsibility to guys that can handle it. He's got a great coaching staff, and he's taking advantage of it.
Well said.
Great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is part of managing, because you can't do it all. So you have to delegate, and you have to give responsibility to the people that can handle that responsibility and that you can hold accountable. So Ollie seemingly is doing that very well this season, at least as the results will tell us. But you guys are both right. Some people's minds, some people's eyes, Ollie can't do anything right, and he never will. And the Cardinals, if they win, they overcome his stupidity. And if they lose, it's because of him.
That's crazy. People are crazy, man.
Yep.
Question number 6.
From the 217, do you think it's time to move Nathan Church to center and give Thomas Sajaci the runway till Lars Nootbaar returns?
Thomas Sajaci has not endeared himself to the fans either.
I mean, what is Thomas Sajaci doing over here? He is.
He had a rough one over the weekend.
He did barrel a few balls pretty decently on Saturday.
Good job.
Before Mason Miller came into the game.
Ate him up. Yeah, Thomas Sajaci
kind of ate everybody up, really.
Any guesses? Any guesses on Thomas Sajaci? He's got 30 games played, 63 plate appearances.
What's his WAR though?
His WAR is negative 0.4.
Is that good?
WRC plus 100's average. Any guesses on Thomas Sajaci's WRC plus? You say 48?
48.
Jamie.
I'll go 55.
I'm going to go 26.
13. Thomas Sajaci's WRC plus wins or weighted runs created plus. How good are you at generating offense? All-encompassing stat.
What's Victor Scott's?
Let's see.
13
that
is
can't
bad.
be very good.
13 is real
I think we got
bad.
it last week. I forgot though.
Victor Scott.
It's not good. It's not 13.
Not 13.
It's not bad.
It's not in the teens. It's not in the teens.
The bottom of that order is
It might be in the 20s.
an issue right now.
It is.
But I
not
say
great.
28
All
for
right,
Victor.
I got it.
Oh, God.
Jamie.
For Victor Scott?
Yeah.
22.
28.
34.
43.
Much better.
Way better than I
Hall of
thought.
Famer compared to 13. Neither is good. But no, I would not clear the runway for Thomas Sajaci.
Yeah, what
He
are we
just
doing
needs
here?
his opportunity. Well,
What are we doing here, man?
yeah.
I got.
Again, Victor Scott has not been great.
We appreciate the question, though. Mm-hmm. We don't have to agree with
Our
everything.
guy Splashback Deuce from the Snake Pit says Sajaci looks like a perfect guy for a minor league team.
He's working hard. He's trying.
Yeah, darn right he is.
Speaking of Nootbaar, though, I'm actually kind of excited to see what he can bring to the lineup. If he is the Lars Nootbaar that, when he's healthy, of course, and that's a big caveat, when he is healthy and he's playing well, like he can add some depth to this lineup and play a good left field. I think this team could be that much better. Now, the question is, how long do you keep him? Do you trade him? What do you do with him? If the team's playing really well and he's in left field, maybe they hang on to him.
I'm not looking forward to Newt.
No?
Nah, I know what he is. It's cool, man.
We do know what he is, and he's better than what they're putting out there right now.
He is a better option than Thomas.
Marsh, I agree with everything you just said.
Is he? No, but is he better?
Is he? Yeah, I think so.
Marsh, I agree with everything you just said about Newt. Every single bit.
Mm-hmm.
I would have emphasized a little bit more the when he's healthy.
Yeah.
And then I would have thrown in very snarky, he's never healthy, before I rolled on everything
That's funny.
else.
That's what Dave from Mo Fallon just texted in.
Yeah. Dave from Mo Fallon is 100% accurate.
Is that neighbor Dave? Or
No.
are you neighbor Dave?
No.
You've just been making this guy up.
Nope.
Is that O'Fallon Mo or Mo Fallon? Okay,
It's
yeah.
Mo Fallon.
Mo Fallon.
Yes,
I
way
thought you said
different than
O'Fallon.
Il Fallon.
Yeah. I got you. Mo Fallon.
Yeah.
All right, it's
Yeah,
fascinating on 101 ESPN. Which NFL team could rise from the basement within their division? That's next on 101 ESPN. Well, the NFL schedule is set to be released on Thursday with one particular matchup already being announced. That'll be Giants-Cowboys Week 1 on Sunday Night Football. But with the release of the NFL schedule, there is hope for the bottom teams in the division. Which of these bottom two teams has the best chance to rise up this season and make a playoff push? You guys ready? Go division by division?
Let's go, baby.
The Miami Dolphins or New York Jets? What are the chances of Dolphins or Jets could have a uprising?
Rise up?
Mm-hmm.
You picked that one first. Oh,
Yes, sir.
I'll go Jets. I'll go Jets.
Well, you could say none.
Well, I'll go Jets.
Okay.
I'm going to go none.
Yeah.
There's more teams in the AFC.
To rise up and win the division, is that the question?
Not just to make
or
a playoff
just to
push.
Playoff push. We'll
Jets.
settle. We'll settle for playoff
I like
push.
their draft pick. I like what they did in the draft. I like the addition of. Well, they got a good quarterback. He got written off and he didn't write back many years ago in Geno Smith, and he's going to take them to the promised land. And if you don't believe that, they went out and got some receiver help and a tight end to do so. You know, man, they can give him a chance. Geno, back in a Jets uniform.
What could go wrong?
What? Nothing. I mean, hell, it's the Jets. It's only up from here.
I don't like the Dolphins this season, but I certainly like them better than the Jets with Malik Willis
You
instead
like
of Geno.
the Dolphins better than the Jets?
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's why I'm going with none. I don't think either of these teams makes any kind of push.
Agreed. All right, moving on. Let's go to Carey's old division, the AFC North. I think the Browns or the Bengals could make a deep run.
The Bengals.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. The Bengals have everything offensively that you would want in terms of, like, athletes, like guys you can get the ball into their hands and make something spectacular happen at any given time. That's who the Bengals are. And they added some pieces on defense to try to get better in that regard up the middle. They're going to try to stop the run and get to the quarterback. I would say the Bengals. They actually have a chance, in my opinion, to potentially win the division.
I'm shocked you didn't mention, and I say this with all sincerity, that Cleveland doesn't have a better chance this upcoming year to make some noise based on how their drafts have looked the last few seasons.
I love what Cleveland has done in the draft the last 2 years. I thought last year, again, they drafted some. I don't know what this year's draft is going to look like in terms of. I know what they're expected to be.
Like on paper.
On paper, last year's draft was outstanding because you had a defensive tackle that played. I think he started 17 games. Running back started 14 games. Tight end started multiple games. 2 quarterbacks that started multiple games. Another running back that aided in like your third down area. Like they did a lot of really good things in last year's draft, and all of those guys, and defensive rookie of the year as well that I completely forgot. Like they did a great job in last year's draft of drafting guys that were ready to play right away. I don't know what this year's draft is going to be. They're going to play right away, but I don't know how well they play right away. So I can't go off of that. In terms of the Bengals, what they have in guys that are already NFL players that have had success at the highest level, I think their upside is higher than what I don't know from the Browns' upside.
Yeah, we know what we're going to get out of the Bengals' offense. It's just about the defense. But they did make,
stay healthy.
Yeah, and that's true too. He's hurt every other year.
Yeah,
not great. But the defense.
Well, that's a good thing because he was hurt last year, right?
Yeah,
he was hurt. He missed like 8 weeks.
Yeah,
this is a good. They're good. Every other year.
You got Joe Flacco.
You're good. Defensively,
No.
Defensively, they traded for Dexter Lawrence, and they added Jonathan Allen and Boy Mafe from Seattle. So, yeah, I think Cincinnati would be the call there. Moving to the AFC South, that would be the Titans or Colts. I mean, the Colts technically were a playoff team first half of the season.
Danny Dimes.
But Danny Dimes coming off the Achilles, I don't think so.
He may not even be ready for the first.
No, and they're trying to trade Anthony Richardson, or at least they've told him they're trying.
They got Riley Leonard.
They got Riley Leonard, pride of Duke.
Oh, Riles.
And then Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Well, he went to Duke, then Notre Dame.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Tennessee, Titans, I don't think they're there yet.
No. I'll go neither in that case.
Neither.
All right. Now, we have talked about these two teams. The Chiefs, we just don't know about Mahomes coming back. But the Raiders, I think we all kind of like what the Raiders did this offseason.
Yeah. The Raiders, to me, for the first time, and I don't even know how long, look like an organized team. They look like the coach is good.
Like an NFL team.
Yeah, they're drafting well. They're doing all of the little pieces seem to be working, or they're the right ones so far. We'll see. But for the first time ever, I'm not like rolling my eyes at the Raiders.
Right.
So that means something, I guess.
All right. So if we were to say one team, one of the last place teams in the AFC, if we're going to just choose one, it'd be the Jets, Browns, Titans, or Raiders. I think we'd all choose Raiders. All say aye. Aye. All right. Moving to the NFC, the last place team in the NFC East was the Giants. If you want to throw the Commanders in there too, because they only had one more win than the Giants. Giants, of course, the biggest addition they made all offseason was hiring Harbaugh. You just mentioned that about the Raiders being, actually having adults run the team now. I would say the Giants fall into that category too. Doesn't mean I like them, but
I don't see either of them doing anything substantial. I think they're too far behind, but that's my opinion.
The Giants have a lot of scattered talent, but can Jackson Dart stay healthy? Scadaboo's coming back from injury. It's just I feel like the floor or the ceiling is capped for the Giants.
I'm going Commanders between those two teams. Like a healthy Jaden Daniels, who missed a lot of time last year, that changes who your team is completely. They're a little bit older on the defensive side, and some of their receivers are. Terry McLaurin dealt with some injuries last year, and Debo is not on the roster. So I do think they drafted Sonny Styles, who I think is a man at linebacker.
Lorenzo Styles kid.
Man, he's a man at linebacker. So I'm good with the Washington Commanders. They could be a really good team this year.
All right, NFC North's kind of interesting. You got the Vikings at 9-8, the Lions at 9-8. Those are the two bottom teams.
I don't think the Lions fall. I think the Lions, to me, will compete. Vikings to be determined. They don't even know who their quarterback is per se. I know Kyler Murray got brought in, but we were just talking in the break about everybody's talking about this big quarterback challenge or competition. We'll see. I think it's Kyler Murray's job to lose at this point, but that doesn't mean he's going to be that much better with the Vikings than he was other places. I understand the talent level is greater around him. The coaching is certainly top notch. Time will tell. But if I was placing a bet right now, I'd say that the Lions are a team that compete for a playoff spot.
Marsh?
I think both teams can. I think
that's actually not wrong.
I think both teams. I think the NFC North is one of, if not the best division in football right now. You just mentioned their records 9-8. Both teams sort of there. I know the Vikings were eliminated early, but they had a late push in the season to get to the record that they were at. But they bring in Juwan Jennings as their wide receiver 3. Let's say Kyler Murray is the quarterback. What are you going to do as a defense? Are you going to spy Kyler Murray? Are you going to double team Justin Jefferson with Juwan Jennings and Jordan Addison and TJ Hawkinson all out there? Like, what are you going to do on defense to stop this offense?
I think you have to first start with keeping Kyler Murray in the pocket. Now, you don't have to necessarily spy him. You just got to make sure that the ends don't.
Him to throw.
Yeah, just don't turn him into a pocket quarterback and then take your chances, right? And then still double. You have to double Justin Jefferson. Absolutely, you have to. Does that open up? Jordan Addison? Does it open up Juwan Jennings? Does it open up
one of the tight ends? What's your offensive line look like this year?
It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Just wondering how Kyler reacts to that if that starts collapsing around him.
Sure.
I think you hope that Christian Darrisaw starts the year off actually healthy. You just hope that people stay healthy and that it looks a little bit better than last year. I think it will. Who knows? But obviously he has the running element. So if a play does break down because of the offensive line, he has the ability to scramble.
Health is also the biggest concern with the Lions. Defensively last year, Brian Branch got hurt. Kirby Joseph got hurt. I think Aiden Hutchinson maybe missed some time too, if I remember correctly. But it was a mess for the Lions defense.
I'm going to say something that's going to maybe make Jamie a little bit bothered.
Why?
I think the Lions missed their window.
Okay.
Ooh. I said that. Remember when I watched the quarterback?
Yeah. I think their window
was it.
Not that it's closed, but I think their opportunity to be a championship team, may have ended in San Francisco when they lost the NFC Championship game.
I agree.
I don't disagree.
That was a special team.
That was a special team. And then the next year you lose in your divisional round.
You're crushed.
You had the bye and you missed. You had the week one, or you had the first week off and you get crushed. You don't make the playoffs the following year. Both your coordinators leave and go get head coaching jobs. Like I think that and that's so frustrating as a coach and as a team, like understanding and really realizing that it's that quick that it could end in terms of that team's window. Mm-hmm. But I don't think they're in their championship window right now. I think they're going to have to reset some things and figure some things out because they were at the top of the division, and now last year they finished last in the division, and every team in the division is continuously getting better. Chicago Bears specifically, like I think that could be their division for the foreseeable future, especially with Ben Johnson knowing that division as well as he does. I think the Lions probably missed
I'm not upset with what you said. For me, it's going to be a wait and see.
Yeah.
You know, what adjustments can Dan Campbell and his new staff make on the offensive side, the defensive side, all the things. Like, we'll see. They might end up in the same spot next year as they did this year, but they do still have some really talented players on that roster that might help them elevate a little bit.
All right, we're up against it, so we'll
He doesn't want to talk about the Falcons. That's what it is.
No, they weren't the last place team. It was the Saints.
Oh, they were all last
Bottom
place,
two.
Anthony.
6-11.
They were all
6 and
last
11.
place.
I think out of these other four teams, San Francisco is the one team.
12-5.
Niners got the best chance.
Yeah, I would say so too.
I'm
All
just
right.
happy Carey brought up the Lions before he took a shot at my Vikings. And I call that progress.
Again.
I'll take
It
it.
was just,
I'll
you
take
know,
it.
he's just telling you how it
Thanks,
is.
Carey.
I'll just
I appreciate it, Carey.
No problem.
Telling you how it is, man. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We need a new Gauntlet contestant, so text in 314-399-9646. Again, 314-399-9646. You'll have an opportunity to play one of us next.
warriors. 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
Time for the gauntlet here in the Fastlane on 101 ESPN 314. Actually, we already have a gauntlet contestant, obviously. I don't need to throw out the text line.
Oh, throw it out there. You know, maybe
Why
I
not?
text in.
People just participate.
Yeah, I'd like to play in the gauntlet. Well, you can.
No, but you can guess.
You certainly can, yeah. Marsh, who do we have today?
We have Sid.
What's up, Sid?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Not much. Appreciate you joining us today, Sid. Thanks for listening. Would you like to take on Marsh, Carey, Jamie, or me in the gauntlet?
I'll take on Jamie.
All right, Jamie Rivers.
All right,
Here
Sid
we
the
go.
Kid, let's go.
Sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Good luck, man.
You too, brother.
Thank you very much.
All right, we're sending Jamie to the cone of silence. Sid, go ahead and tell Marsh to spin that wheel.
Hey, Marcy, send that wheel, baby.
Sid, what category are you hoping for, man?
Anything but hockey.
Anything but hockey. Let's see if
would make sense why I picked Jamie.
Yeah. The wheel probably says, you know what? We are going to give you hockey.
The wheel did not say that.
Ooh, okay. What do we got?
Well, we just had a football segment, so why don't we play football today in the gauntlet?
Sid, how are you feeling about football?
Oh, I love it. Huge LSU Tigers fan, baby. So hopefully it's college.
All right. Well, we'll see what you get here. You're going to get 4 football questions. Each one is worth 2 points unless you ask for the options. If you don't ask for or if you do ask for the options, those questions become worth 1 point. Ready to rock, Sid?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The Arizona Cardinals haven't had a winning season since 2021. Can you name that team's leader in receptions? So who led that team in receptions?
Ooh, Larry Fitzgerald played for so long. I want to go with him, but throw me those options.
Sure. DeAndre Hopkins, A.J. Green, or Christian Kirk?
Give me DeAndre.
Final answer?
Yes, sir. Final answer.
Question number 2. The Ravens have only had 4 head coaches in their franchise history. Jesse Minter, John Harbaugh, Brian Billick, and who else?
They just tired. God, man. I got that new dad brain, so give me those options, brother.
Congratulations, by
Congrats.
the way.
Yeah.
Is it Jim
Thanks,
Caldwell, Ted Marchibroda, or Jim Mora?
Jim Mora, final answer.
Question number 3. What is the honor given annually to the college football's top kicker?
God. I only knew receiver and quarterback, so give me those options.
Options are the Golden Toe Award, the Platinum Boot Trophy, or the Lou Groza Award.
Let's go with the Lou Groza Award. I have never heard of that, so let's go with that.
Final answer?
Yes, sir. Final answer. Sorry, man.
All right. When did Dick Vermeil become head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs? What year did he become the head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs?
Got to be early 2000s. Let me take a stab at it. 2003, without Johnson. Screw it.
2003, final answer?
Final answer. Yes, sir.
All right. Let's bring back Jamie from the Cone of Silence. Sid, how you feeling?
Not great.
See how you do
See
here.
what happens.
Jamie's back from the Cone of Silence. Jamie, how was it?
Really silent. Saw our boss, John Kiowski, walk by. He's in a good mood, so that's always nice.
That's always nice,
Nice to see the boss
absolutely.
smiling.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Jamie, your category today is football.
Love me some football.
Yeah, you should. You should pack a lunch, too.
Okay.
All right, Jamie, question 1.
Yeah.
The Arizona Cardinals haven't had a winning season since 2021. Can you name that team's leader in receptions?
In 2021.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I can. I'd like the options, please.
DeAndre Hopkins, A.J. Green, or Christian Kirk?
Okay. 2021 DeAndre. I'll go with DeAndre Hopkins. Final answer.
Question number 2. The Ravens have had only 4 head coaches in franchise history. Jesse Minter, John Harbaugh, and Brian Billick. And who else?
It's Ted, but I cannot for the life of me. Options.
Jim Caldwell, Jim Mora, or Ted Marchibroda?
Ted Marchibroda. Final answer, please.
Question number 3. What is the honor given annually to college football's top kicker?
No idea. Options, please.
Options are the Golden Toe Award, the Platinum Boot Trophy, or the Lou Groza Award.
Well, the Golden Toe, the Golden Boot is for soccer, so I don't know if that might be one that's trying to fool us. I'm going to go with Anthony Stalter's logic here. And what was that? So we got the Golden Toe, the Platinum Boot?
The Golden Toe, the Platinum Boot, or the Lou Groza Award?
Give me that Groza. Final answer.
Question 4. When did Dick Vermeil become head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs? We need the year, please.
That was right after here, too. But was it right after? Because it wouldn't have been, because Mike Martz. It's going to be like 99, 2000, 2001, or 2000, 2001, 2002. Anthony, what is it? Tell me.
Do you forfeit?
No, I don't forfeit.
Then I can tell you.
So let me just think about this for a second. So, okay, 99 is when they won this. 2000, but it's this whole the whole Super Bowl thing. 2001, 2000.
Don't blame me.
I know I'm in the area. I'm all around it, Anthony. All right, I think the options would be 2000, 2001, 2002. I'm going to split the difference. I'm going to say 2001. I don't feel great about it. Final answer.
All right, let's go over these. Sid versus Jamie in football. The Arizona Cardinals haven't had a winning season since 2021. Can you name that team's leader in receptions? You both said DeAndre Hopkins. Correct answer is...
Yeah, Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk, of course.
I almost did that with of course.
Captain Kirk, of course. I forgot he was a Cardinal.
How'd you forget that, Anthony?
Would you have gotten it with the options?
I would have taken the... I would have said Larry Fitzgerald.
Well, yeah.
I wouldn't even taken the I just would have said Larry Fitzgerald, who wasn't even an option. So I would have got it wrong as well. What about you, Carey?
I would have probably said Larry Fitzgerald. Well, I might have taken the options because I wouldn't have remembered. And then I probably would have took DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
Because I don't go with the outlier like you do, Anthony, because I don't believe in it. But it always works, so maybe I should believe in it.
What is the honor given annually to college football's top kicker? Jamie listened to the options, went with the outlier, the Lou Groza Award.
I don't even know who Lou Groza is.
Sid also went with the Lou Groza Award. Correct answer is?
Yeah, it's the Lou Groza Award.
Yeah, nice job. So we get a 1-1 tie between...
He needed the options at least?
Yes, he did. Jamie and Sid. So again, 1-1. The Ravens have had only 4 head coaches in franchise history. Jesse Minter, who they just hired, John Harbaugh, Brian Billick, and who else? Sid with the options said Jim Mora. Jamie with the options went with Ted Marchibroda. Correct answer is?
Ted Marchibroda.
There you go. Jamie up now 2-1.
Let's go.
It comes down to this. When did Dick Vermeil become head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs? We needed the year. Neither of you used the options.
Different answers?
Jamie went with 2001. Sid went with 2003. Your options were 2001, 2003, 2005. If it's 2003, Sid wins. If it's 2001 or the other option, which was 2005, Jamie wins.
I know where this is going.
Sid.
You have chosen poorly.
You lose.
It was 2001. Sid, he got you on that one. Sorry, man.
Sid hung up.
Sid?
It's disgusting.
He's still there.
Sid hung up. He couldn't take it.
I couldn't take it anymore.
He might have the kid. He said he has a dad brain.
Yeah, he's got the dad brain. He may have forgot he was playing.
He could be on mute.
Yeah,
So
maybe he might be
on
crying.
mute. Yep.
He understands. Sid, we get it.
We get it, man. It's all
Yeah.
good. Don't worry about it. But Jamie did win today 4-1.
Yes.
In the Gauntlet. He got 2 points on that last one, giving him 4-1 winner. Nice job, Jamie.
Good job,
I
Jamie.
was screwed.
Well, in fact, you were not.
No, 2005 was late, but then 2003.
Larry Fitzgerald retired after the 2020 season.
I wouldn't have thought
Is
that.
it bad that I didn't even think of Larry Fitzgerald?
I wouldn't have thought
I
it,
wouldn't.
honestly.
I wouldn't. That's why I would have taken the options because I didn't. Larry Fitzgerald wasn't the first person on my mind. I didn't think about him.
I think Sid's back.
Oh, Sid, are you back?
No, I never went anywhere, boys.
Either way, sorry, Sid. He got you today.
No, y'all are good, man. Appreciate it. Quick shout out to my wife for her first Mother's Day yesterday.
Hey, what's your wife's name?
Happy Mother's Day.
Thanks, boys. Keep up the good work, y'all.
Thanks,
All right,
Sid.
you too.
Take care.
Thank you, Sid. Appreciate you. See you, man. Yeah, so I wouldn't. I mean, because the question was last time they were in the last time they had a winning season, 2021. I wouldn't even have questioned that Larry Fitzgerald was on that team.
He just got inducted into the Hall of Fame last year. So 5 years, or this year. Was last year or this year. So Larry Fitzgerald wasn't on my mind at all. And
Really?
not at all.
Oh, man.
Because I would have
either.
assumed, he wasn't the first person to think of.
Sure.
I guess I thought he was retired by then.
Go figure, man.
Yeah.
All right. Marcia's got what's trending for you next on 101 ESPN.
All right, Anthony, we got to meet up with our guy Stewie earlier today, and we talked about all these programs that Stewie comes up with, and he's got another one. Stewie, a lot of unrest in the Middle East right now that can be affecting rates, but you've got something really cool for our listeners, don't you?
Cool. So if you're in the market to buy a house between now and June 30th, if you apply with us and you lock in the rate, we will give you an interest rate for the first year 1% below whatever the rate is that you lock it in. For example, if you lock the rate in at 6.5% for the first year, you're going to pay 5.5%. We know interest rates will ultimately drop. We're giving you the option, again, the lower rate today for the 1 year period. It's a great opportunity. You can combine that with the bagel loan, so 1% below the prevailing rate, plus the bagel loan at the same time. Saves you a fortune in cash, allows you to afford that payment right now. It's only with us, right now exclusive. You can do it. The bagel plus 1% under, great opportunity.
I mean, how can you beat that? How can you beat that? You're thinking about the rates and where they're going, if they're climbing and all that, and Stewie just lays out that program for you. But you do need to call him, or you can text him. Either way. 314-324-4440.
Again, 314-324-4440.
Call him, text him, day, night, doesn't matter. Stewie will get back to you if you have to leave a message. But the bottom line is you do, in order to take advantage of this, you do have to call or text him. You can always refi. You always refile.
Yeah.
You know?
Revisit it later.
Revisit it later, exactly. So, Stewie, keep up the great work. And again, if you miss that number, you can always Google the Bagalone. Thanks, Stewie.
Have a good one, guys.
NMLS number 226715.
What are the hot topics in the sports world?
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
Here's what's trending.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter, Jamie Rivers, and Carey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it's time for What's Trending. Gentlemen, Jamie's favorite head coach, Ryan Day, his son, RJ Day, picked Northwestern. He was recruited to Northwestern. There's a picture of Ryan Day and his son, the whole family, at Northwestern on a trip. I just found that entire thing to be hilarious, considering Ryan Day is a coach in the Big Ten, and Northwestern is also a Big Ten school. I wonder what that recruiting pitch looked like.
I don't know how good his kid is. He's obviously good enough to be playing, I think, to this level. So I don't know if several teams were in on it with the recruiting part of it, but a lot of times guys like Ryan Day will just kind of step back and just let it happen. Let the kid make the decision. Don't impact him, because the last thing you want to do, at least in my opinion as a parent, is steer your kid a certain way, and then later on they basically tell you, why the hell did you do that? Why didn't you tell me to do this instead?
Well, I'm looking at he's a 3-star recruit. Not that matters, because that's a whole different story. But he chose the Wildcats over Purdue, Cincinnati, Syracuse, and Boston College. What I don't see on there is Ohio State.
I don't think that was ever going to be in play.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. So I would assume that it's probably the best option for him if he has aspirations of playing at that level, and clearly he does. He's a quarterback. And I would assume that his father probably had real conversations with him and said, hey, you may not be the starting. I can't just give you the starting quarterback job. You'd have to earn it, and you have to beat out this guy and this guy and this guy, and your opportunities may be better at one of these other schools. Doesn't mean he can't make it to the NFL. Doesn't mean he can't transfer to Ohio State if he does progress to be one of those top-tier quarterbacks. But I think right now it's just saying that he's at that level, and there are clearly levels to different positions or different spots on different college teams and in the same conference. So I think Ohio State and their coach understood that his son was probably better suited to be a Northwestern Wildcat. And Northwestern is a great campus.
It is. I don't know if I were a player, I'd want to go to where my dad's school was in college, and vice versa. I think if you're Ryan Day, you think to yourself, well, look, that gets tricky. I don't want to put my son in that spot. I go play for somebody else.
It might get tricky at home with your wife if your wife is like, why isn't my son starting? He ain't not good enough, son. I'm sorry. The kid ain't.
Whose fault is that?
Yeah, I don't know, Carey. I just think that if the kid got any opportunities that were kind of there's always this like cloud waiting to erupt over it. And then, let's say he's a 3-star recruit. Let's say all of a sudden he's getting a few more reps than somebody else they brought in. Now there's a little dissent. I would not want to put my kid through it.
I think I would let him go somewhere else. At a program like Ohio State, it's noticeable though. Like you're not going to, if he's starting because he's the coach's son, and you're losing, you're not going to keep your job.
Why not let him go do his own thing?
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I think he's in another place.
Yeah.
Like if he were at Ohio State and he became the starting quarterback, it would either be he's that much better than all of the other guys around him, or he's equal to the other guys around him, and then you get the advantage of, hey, you my kid, and those other guys not, which I have no issue with if all things are equal. But if he's better, then you get the opportunity to start. Now, if you're worse and you're starting, then that is nepotism, and everybody's looking at you like, what the hell are you doing? Fire this guy because we're losing games.
I just think overall, I agree with you. I think overall, it's less stress on the father and the son just to be in another location.
Well, and a little note here, Chip Kelly, who was with Ohio State, is now calling plays for Northwestern. So there is that connection there. Ryan Day probably feels comfortable with his son going to play under a guy who was a part of his staff not too long ago.
Sure.
So I just thought it was funny seeing a picture of Ryan Day on a recruitment trip with his son at another Big Ten school. I thought that was pretty funny.
I think it's cool when parents that coach get to be parents. Like coaches, head coaches that actually get to take off the head coach hat for a day or two or a week to embrace their son or their children going through, this portion of their lives. I think that's really dope. And I'm sure the Northwestern coaches were really, they probably were excited and laughing all about it as well. Like, look at you. You got on your Northwestern gear now, don't you? You want to be a Wildcat, huh? So I think it's really cool for Ryan Day and for his son and their family to be able to go through that.
Yeah, he's got a mole. He's got a mole now, too, in the Northwestern organization.
Oh, come on.
Program.
I don't think he needs one.
Smart of Ryan Day.
Anthony.
You don't think he needs it?
It'd probably be the other way around. Like if he was coaching at Northwestern and his kid was going to Ohio State,
like, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Let me know what's going on
here.
Yeah, I don't think Ohio State needs it.
Nah, you're probably right.
They'll be fine.
You're probably right.
Not like it's Michigan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Last thing here, Jamie, you weren't here on Friday, but the Thunderbirds are moving on.
Let's go.
Overall thoughts from you on the T-Birds, Steve Ott, how they're playing, the Calder Cup playoffs. What do you think about this whole situation?
I'm watching something pretty cool develop down there right now. And, you get to see a lot of the behind-the-scenes things and just listening to Steve Ott talk the way he is. And there's a lot of things, that he's saying that were said during the Blue Stanley Cup run. Like, we're a good team. This is a good team.
We're a good, fast-lane team.
Yeah, we're all this stuff. And so, but that just shows you. I mean, if you're going to be a head coach at any level, you need to be taking pieces of other coaches, their philosophies, the way they do things, their approach. Like, if you don't, especially from a Stanley Cup champion head coach like Craig Berube, if you don't take things from him, and I guarantee Steve Ott has taken portions of what Ken Hitchcock was able to teach him over the years, and you've got to apply that, become your own version of what a head coach is, but certainly apply some of the things you've learned. It looks like he's got massive buy-in from those guys down there. They just got a tremendous amount of help with Carbonneau and Juracek joining the team now. It's exciting stuff. They were not supposed to win that series, let alone do it in the way that they did. So
it's been awesome.
We'll see, man. I love it.
And we'll have all the coverage for you right here on 101 ESPN.
Yeah, super happy for Otter.
All right. It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. As Marsh just noted, Tomorrow, we'll have Thunderbirds at Penguins. Game 1, pregame at 5:50, puck drop at 6:05. So we'll continue to air all of the Springfield Thunderbird games. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Are the Cardinals incapable of falling apart? That's next on 101 ESPN. You can't beat the deals right now at Auto Centers Nissan when it comes to both pre-owned vehicles and, of course, new Nissan models. So here's some of the deals that they have going on. Right now, 2026 Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, and Muranos, and Frontiers are available with 0% APR for 60 months. Every new Nissan also includes a 30-day return promise. So if you're not completely satisfied with your new vehicle, you can bring it back within those 30 days, and they'll refund your money, no questions asked, and they'll also make sure that they set you up with something else that you're looking at. If you have to be shopping used, well, select used vehicles right now throughout the month of May are available with no money down and no payments for 3 months. Plus, all remaining 2025 Nissans have been discounted up to $12,000 off MSRP. So if you're looking for deals on new vehicles, Auto Centers Nissan, they've got them. If you're looking for deals on used vehicles, they certainly have those as well. Over 1,000 new and used vehicles all in one location out in Herculaneum. Tell them Stalter sent you. It's Auto Centers Nissan. You can also shop right now at autocentersnissan.com.
.101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals are off today after splitting with the San Diego Padres. They'll take on the Athletics tomorrow with Andre Palante on the mound. He'll face off against Jeffrey Springs. First pitch is at 8:40. If you have missed anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page. You'll find all of our shows there, and it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
What I love about this is you got a clubhouse that's pretty pissed right now, and that says something to not coming into this series feeling good about just splitting with these guys. They wanted to get Miller yesterday. They wanted to take the series and prove what they're all about. So I like the fact that the mood is what it is. The expectations are high.
So that was Oliver Marmol following the loss yesterday. Heartbreaking fashion, certainly, but there will be no moral victories, according to Ollie Marmol following the game. Disappointed in the series split. Jeff Jones on X also said through close enough to a quarter of the way in 2026, the Cardinals are on pace for 92 wins. Are the Cardinals incapable of falling apart? No, I don't think they're incapable of falling apart. I love the mindset. Let's just start there. I love the mindset that there was a clubhouse that was disappointed yesterday because not only did they not win that game, they had an opportunity to win the series. So I love that that's the mindset, right? They can block out all the outside noise and have low expectations for like the national media, but for them, no, they're not going to settle for that. The problem is at some point, of course, the big question is, will the offense start to tail, right? So it will start to break down. And will the starting pitching hold up? Starting pitching was excellent over the weekend. That was one of our highs. But when it comes to the starting pitching, do you trust it for 162 games? And I don't really know anybody that does. We're all enjoying the ride. But if we're going to answer the question of the Cardinals incapable of falling apart, no. I mean, every team is capable of falling apart. They haven't really had a losing streak.
No, they haven't had that big nosedive where,
they lost the 3 to the Mariners, Jamie, but then they bounced back and they swept the Pirates for 4 games.
And in years past, specifically last year, they had a terrible start, and the year before was a terrible start. Like it was almost over before it even got started. Mm-hmm. And this year here, they just keep winning enough now. And quite honestly, if they just play 500 baseball the rest of the way, they're going to give themselves a chance to get into the playoffs. That's literally how it goes.
Very true.
And, there will be adversity at some point. The starting pitching will get punched to the nose at some point. The offense will get punched to the nose, too. It's inevitable. The season's too long, and you have a young team. And for the most part, young teams have pockets of where the inconsistent play hits, which is why the coaching staff and the leadership that surround those players, it's imperative that they continue to work with them, finding way, we always talk about remembering what they're doing well while they're doing it, so that when they kind of forget about it for 2 or 3 games and things go bad, you can help them get back to where they need to be.
Sure.
I don't know when the bubble will burst. I don't want it to, but at some point there will be adversity, and that's where you're going to find out about the clubhouse. That's where you're going to find out about this team, where before we were like, well, I guess the veteran players don't matter. Maybe this young core was being held back by some of the bigger voices in the clubhouse. It feels like the young guys are saying all the right things right now. Every time you talk to them, they're talking real good, real positive, but there also hasn't been that big shot of adversity yet for the team.
Right. I agree.
So time will tell on that.
I don't think any team is incapable of falling apart because you have injuries, you have, stretches where you're not performing at the highest level. It's baseball. People go in slumps. Like, it is not a sport where you're going to have success all season long. You're going to run into some issues here and there, and you hope that it doesn't happen for the entire team or for 3 or 4 guys all at once. But those things happen. But I do think that they are set up in a way where, they are confident, they are comfortable, and they're playing really good baseball. I think the things that they've worked on in the offseason, for the most part, it seems like a lot of these guys have taken to, and they're having success with it. And again, when you start to have success, that breeds confidence, and I think confidence has allowed them to have even more success. They believe in themselves. They think that they are a team that has the capability. They got a guy on the back end. I know he gave up the home run yesterday, but they got a guy on the back end that can close the door and end the game for you, which is an extremely important feature to have for a team that wants to be successful. Mm-hmm. They got all of the parts to be a really good team, and I think they're playing really well. So do I think they're incapable of it? No, but do I think that they will? I also don't think that they will fall apart.
I wonder if it's one of those things where they're so young they don't know any better. Mm-hmm. Like, who cares? Let's just go out there. Like, after the Mariners series, I was a little concerned with how this team would respond. How they respond? Well, they swept the Pirates and then sort of went on a run there. So I guess despite what you think happened in these last two games, you're like, oh boy, here it is. Carey put on the red glasses. Things are going to start to go downward. Sure, I don't really feel that way right now.
Yeah, he did.
And they won the first two games.
They did.
Had a chance to win the whole series. Just didn't happen.
Yeah, we can't blame the glasses.
I'll just blame Carey.
Or Carey. Not yet.
I feel like he was sabotaging them. Because the blue glasses are right there, too.
Right.
I have not stepped into the batter's box one time this year. Nor have I been on the mound.
Keep saying that.
Nor have I been in the dugout.
He's trying to get Ollie to listen.
At batting practice, fielding practice. I haven't been any part. Like, I'm not allowed on the field. If I run out there, they're gonna tackle me.
I don't think they can tackle
me. Probably wouldn't tackle me.
They might tase you.
They might tase me.
You might get tased, yeah.
Because I ain't running.
I do like a fainting goat.
Yeah, I'm going to stand my ground. Same leg, same shoulder.
What move would you hit them with?
Straight through.
Would you go straight through? Would you hit them with a spin move?
No, we do it same leg, same shoulder. Somebody, boom, same leg. You get up under them, hit on the rise is what we call it. That generally puts people down. So,
I don't think your knees want to be juking too much.
I don't want to do all that running. It's a large field. I'm not running.
Yeah.
But I can't go on the field is my point. I tried. I thought about it. I was like, hey, let me come out there and show you guys a thing or two. That'd be great. We don't know you. Who the hell are you?
No thanks.
I'm a radio guy in St. Louis.
Don't you know?
No thanks.
You know what? Maybe you could do damage from the stands. I did see a documentary of this child who threw a strike from center field at Wrigley Field. Ended up making the team.
Him a job.
Yeah, they did.
He lost his arm.
I don't know if Carey can throw a strike with that bowling glove on.
I don't think so.
I can bowl a strike.
Pick up the
Keep my
7-10
wrist
split.
locked.
How's that going, by the way?
It's getting better, man. Day by day.
Okay.
I only wear this. Shaking hands hurts. Like it's the grip. You know what I mean?
Well, don't say hi to Michael Young anytime soon.
Me and Mike give each other a pound right now.
Fist pound. Said.
Fist pound.
That's well said.
Fist pound, man.
Again, well said.
Come on, man.
So we get a statement from the 573 says, why does this feel so much more sustainable than streaks they went on last year and things like that? Mm-hmm. I think it's just because it's been more consistent. Like, you're not getting a couple of guys that all of a sudden are spiking and then they're dropping off. Like, Herrera just continues. He didn't have a fantastic week, but it wasn't bad. 4 for 5 on Friday, 2 for 4 on Saturday. He's been consistently getting on base. Jordan Walker keeps doing his thing. Mm-hmm. J.J. Weatherholt, Alec Burleson. It does feel more sustainable at this point.
Looks like they're having fun out there, too.
Winning is fun.
Well, they were winning last year in May. I don't know. It just seems like they're having more fun.
Well, maybe it's who you got rid of. Maybe the clubhouse isn't as tight as far as like being, putting too much pressure on themselves to compete.
Well, and you look at some of the guys, right?
There's no expectations right now.
Sorry about that.
No,
you look at some of the guys that they have parted ways with. I don't know. I'm not in the clubhouse, but from the outside looking in, Goldie was very quiet. Here, he was a good leader, a good guy in the clubhouse, but he's very quiet, kind of to himself. Mm-hmm. Nolan Arenado was super absorbed into his personal side of the game. He would get frustrated, and you could see it, especially offensively. So one guy that doesn't maybe talk all that much, and another guy that's really intense. And Sonny Gray, we know pitchers are a little bit weird to begin with. And then you got Contreras, who's very intense. So maybe some of those personalities were tough for some of the young guys. I don't mean in a bad way. I'm not saying negative. On an older clubhouse, it's probably zero effect. But when you have a bunch of young guys that are in there and you've got you got Hall of Fame caliber guys that you're talking about, especially with Arenado and Goldie. Like, you know, and then they're struggling. They didn't have great seasons for a couple of years.
So when you say that, it's sort of what comes to mind is the Blues. Do you think the Blues could have some sort of, like next year with all the young players, have a start like the Cardinals are, just playing loose?
Their finish. I know nobody wants to give them any credit for the finish because all those were, you know, their throwaway games in Rochester. You know,
yeah.
But Army basically, and I look, I understand what Army's trying to say. I don't necessarily agree with him 100% with the way he was talking about the house money and all that stuff. Those young players don't know what house money is. They don't. No, they're the guys who are playing more or they get called up. For them, this is like the show. It's like a playoff game every night because you have to play hard.
Sure.
So I could see, I could see a start like that, especially with the group of young guys that got all of the reps that they did at the end of last season, and to see where they're at come training camp and things like that. It's not out of the realm of possibility. That is for sure.
We did get a text from the 314. When you start wondering if your team is on a slide after 2 losses, you're disrespecting the other team. They are professional players, too. And that San Diego team is a good ball club.
It absolutely is, yeah. Yeah, I think it's great that we're even having these conversations, quite frankly. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. By the way, we did ask for your Scott Lee Heating Company mic drops via the Dobbs Tire Notice Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. What would you change about the Cardinals, if anything, quarter way through the season? So we're almost to the quarter mark of the season. What would you change, if anything, about this current Cardinals team?
By the way, I have listened to some of the mic drops. A lot of humor within those mic drops.
Okay.
So, you know, you asked for it. It could be anything, right? It could be humorous. It could be serious. We're getting some humorous ones coming in. So,
good to hear.
Like very sarcastic ones.
Nice.
So,
all right, good. Well, we'll listen to those about 5:30. We got Bet the Board next, though, on 101 ESPN. Hey, have you ever looked at your kitchen and thought, hey, man, this just doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work for us. It doesn't work for the space. It doesn't work for our family. Maybe it's tight on space. Maybe it's short on storage or it just feels outdated. That's when you call my friends at Mosby Building Arts, because during their May Freebies event, you can get free tile backsplash with your kitchen remodel, or you can take 5% off instead. And if you think about a kitchen backsplash, it can kind of tie everything together. I know when my wife Kristen and I, way back in the day, decided to remodel the kitchen, she went with kind of a subway tile that looks fantastic, right? Well, if you want it done right, you can go with Mosby Building Arts, and they do custom design. They do expert craftsmanship. They got one team that handles everything. In fact, it'll be your team that handles everything. It's not like they subcontract everything out. In fact, they wait until all of your products are in-house before they even start. That way they can ensure that everything stays on schedule for you. When it comes to Mosby Building Arts, you do need to call 314-909-1800 to take advantage of that May Freebies event. Offer ends May 31st, 2026. But as long as you get your project set up and ready to go, you don't have to have the entire kitchen remodel done by May 31st. But as long as you're on the books, you're ready to rock, Mosby will take care of the rest. 314-909-1800. Call Mosby.com if you want to set up a free brainstorming session with them. Mosby Building Arts, the right remodeling company. Pass in on 101 ESPN. We're playing Bet the Board right now in the month of May. Marsh, following the weekend, do you have everybody's standings updated?
Yes, Carey is leading the way with 4 points. Anthony, you and I are tied at 3, and Jamie has 2 points.
Hoagie finished 72nd. It's close.
Oh, man.
Sometimes you got a hunch, sometimes it doesn't work. Carey, happens.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
Give me Yandy Diaz. Diaz, is it? 1.5 hits, runs, RBI.
For the Tampa Bay Rays. All right, Marsh, my turn?
That's correct.
I'm going to go with the Colorado Avalanche, minus 148 on the money line.
He's going to go over.
I feel like that was a one-game aberration for the Minnesota Wilds. Colorado will make their adjustments. Trying a new goaltender tonight, but there will be adjustments made in Minnesota. So give me them Avs on the money line, please.
Go.
I'm going to go with a Marty Necas assist tonight at minus 105. Marty Necas to record an assist.
Okay.
Give me the over in the old first period. Minus 140. It's at 1.5.
Just go over in the game. Because nobody stops pucks in this series.
Why didn't you take it then?
That's your thing.
Then be quiet, okay?
I thought you were going to go over for the game.
I did, first period.
Game.
Why? At 6.5, no chance.
You're going to score 8 goals.
Then you can bet it.
5-3. Avs.
Then would you like to change your bet?
Nope.
Jamie, give us that final.
Avs?
Give us the final score.
Yeah. I think it's a 4-2 game. I really do. I think it's 3-2, empty netter, 4-2.
Okay. That would fall
I
under.
do like the Avs play, though, for you.
Thank you, sir. All righty. A couple of other notes around Major League Baseball. Wemby avoids a suspension after elbowing Naz Reid.
That was a great
National
elbow.
Basketball
That was
Association.
Yeah.
You said Major
sharpened
League
up the elbow on that one.
I'm sorry. NBA.
Major League Basketball.
It's a new one.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That's on me.
That's where Marshy and I...
Take 2. Victor Wembanyama of the San Antonio Spurs in the NBA avoids suspension for elbowing Naz Reid.
That's a nasty elbow, and it was warranted to give the flagrant 2 upgrade and kick him out. I think they were kind of deliberating. I think they were deliberating because of who he was. If it was anybody else, I honestly think that they would have kicked him out sooner. No, I don't think it was accidental. I think he was trying to clear some space, and man, he elbowed that young man right in his neck.
When you look backwards, find your target and then thrust your elbow through the target.
Through it, not to it.
Pretty tough to sell that as accidental.
Yeah,
sorry, Wemby.
Should have been standing there.
Wemby was sitting on the bench. He asked Harrison Barnes. They said flagrant 2. He said, "What does that mean?" He said, "You're ejected." I'm ejected? Yeah, you're ejected.
Yeah, you're gone.
Okay.
Oh, darn. Okay.
Yeah.
Note to self, can't do that
Unfortunate.
And, of course, the Spurs lose.
Yeah, they lost after that, so we'll see. The series is tied 2-2, and OKC is going to probably end that series tonight. They're going to get some rest, maybe get J-Dub back.
Lakers are looking good, though.
Lakers look terrible. They are, man, them and the Sixers. Whew, hard to watch, man.
Jamie, you missed an all-time rant on Friday.
I'm so sick of that guy, man. LeBron James.
About time.
I think he's a fantastic player, but man, stop complaining, bro. Get back and play defense. I said the OKC Thunder on a power play every other possession. 5-4. Your ass in the front court complaining. Get back and play defense.
Yeah, he's. Do we think it's like they lose the next game? Do you think it's done for him?
I don't think so. I think he doesn't strike me as a guy that walks away. Just.
But what's he gonna do? What's his next play?
I mean, if they paying you $40-50 million a year, you walking away?
No,
I'm not.
But I'm also wanting to go to a team where, you know,
I think that part of his career.
To be the guy.
I think that part of his career is over. Like I think, one, I don't think he doesn't think he's gonna be the guy wherever he goes.
Yeah, you're right.
Wherever he goes. 2, I think that part of his chasing down Jordan and chasing rings, I think that part of his career
What's he got left in
over.
his current contract? Or is he up?
I think he's up. I think he's a
If he's
free
up,
agent.
are you the Lakers and you finally just say, look, we're done here?
Let's see. I think he's a free agent after this year.
That's what I'm saying.
Or does he go back to Cleveland?
Oh, boy.
Final time.
Do we get another decision?
Maybe he'll go to the Knicks.
Remember? Yeah, that was long ago.
That was a while ago.
You and BT.
It's like 5-6 years ago. I said he's going to wind up with the Knicks.
You did say that.
He's a free agent after this year. He'll be 42. He's making $52 million this year.
How do you make ends meet on that?
It's tough.
Carey, you think OKC is going to win the championship this year?
Gas. Planes and boats at the lot.
So, with that being said, do you think it's good for the NBA that a market like Oklahoma City could be the next dynasty in the NBA?
I think it's fine. I mean, the Spurs were a dynasty, and that's not a huge market. So I don't think it's a problem. I think Sam Presti has done a fantastic job of drafting and developing those guys. They got so many guys on their team. They got guys on their team that would be starting or playing really high minutes in other organizations, and they're like the 12th, 13th man on the bench. So I think they've done a fantastic job of just the amount of depth that they have. And SGA doesn't even have to have like an MVP caliber of series because they got so much talent. And the Lakers they're not good. They're not good enough. Let me say that. They're not good enough right now.
No, not one bit. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We got the biggest question of the day that's centered on the Cardinals. Following that, Jeremy Rutherford will join us. We'll talk a little Blues hockey with him. But again, biggest question of the day, next.
biggest question of the day. Presented by Banner Construction, the experts in James Hardy siding.
It's a fast lane here, 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter, and our guy Andrew Marsh, who just happens to have our biggest question of the day.
Yes, I came across an article done by Josh Jacobs. He does a great job. Posted one on MLB.com earlier this morning. 3 keys to the Cards' impressive Gauntlet run. Of course, they had a stretch of 17 games in 17 days. You had that one game that was canceled due to the rain. However, Josh goes in and talks about these 3 keys for the Cardinals. And I'm going to go through all of them, and I want to know which key to victory has the most staying power for you. So the first one is an uptick in swing and miss stuff. Number 2 is the offense leveled up. And the third one, which is something that we sort of just talked about, the response to adversity. Out of those 3 keys to the Cardinals' success over this last stretch, which one do you think is more sustainable, and which one has the most staying power in your opinion?
Ooh, that's a good question. We've talked quite a bit about we don't truly feel like they have swing and miss, the necessary amount of swing and miss. So I'm going to table that one. I think, the offense has been impressive this year. They don't have a lot of guys hitting the long ball, but they're getting a lot of hits, they're scoring a lot of runs. I'd say that to me looks like it's more sustainable than the other 2.
I would agree. The offense leveling up from where they have been over the past couple of years, it looks more sustainable. You see, Jordan Walker is a perfect example, not chasing pitches as much, hitting when he does. He's always hit the ball hard, but that shot he hit yesterday was otherworldly.
Majestic.
Man, he smoked it. But him, you see it from Mason Wynn, J.J. Weatherholt. Ahmad Herrera has often and always had a really good eye and taken, a great approach at the plate. So I think the offense and what they're doing is what makes this team where they are right now.
Yeah, if I were to say, which one is sustainable, so you got the uptick in swing and miss, the offense leveled up, response to adversity, I would also choose the offense. When you look at kind of the advanced metrics of things, the starting pitching staff is the one you point to. You say, hey, it's probably not sustainable. Because it does feel like Jordan Walker and J.J. Weatherholt are having breakout seasons. Will they go through slumps? Yeah. Will they sometimes be extended slumps? Yeah. But the offense overall is finding ways to deliver in the later innings, early innings, different ways. Sometimes they have series where they go off, like the Pittsburgh series. Sometimes, like the San Diego series, they weren't great, but they still had enough impactful hits to win 2 of those 4 games, if not 3 of those 4 games. But I think when you look at the uptick in swing and miss stuff, I don't know if that's sustainable.
Do you think the number 2, in order for number 2 to happen, number 3 needs to happen, the response to adversity? Do those 2 things sort of go hand in hand?
They do, because, in my opinion, because we've already talked about there's going to be dry spells for some of these guys. Like right now, Herrera, he can't find the long-range missile right now. He can't. He's hitting the ball very well. He's doubles, singles, walking, but he has not consistently been able to find the home run power. So he's right now, as successful as he's being, he's still going through a little bit of adversity because of the long ball. Jordan Walker had a couple of games where things kind of cooled off. He found it again. It's nice to see these young guys who are able to go with a game or 2 or even 3 at times and then fire back with 2 or 3 in a row that are pretty productive offensively. Alec Burleson has had a couple of those this year already. The next guy that I want to see be able to battle through that, I talked about him very first segment of the show, is Nolan Gorman.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you, man? Like, you're not a defensive third baseman. You're not really hitting for power. Your strikeouts are there. It's just, I want to see him just do a lot better.
Yep.
So, but he's a guy right now that's battling it. So I think you're right, Marsh. I think to some degree, or to a lot of it, the leveling up offensively will have to come as you're being able to battle through some of the adversity and not look at every game and just be like, the sky is falling because I went 0 for 4 or 1 for 5.
Mm-hmm. So going back to the article, so Josh Jacobs on MLB.com, he talked about really the scheduling mattered. 17 games in 17 days against mostly playoff level competition is the kind of stretch that exposes frauds. Instead, the Cardinals went 9-7 against those teams playing .555 baseball collectively. That's not dominance, but it is evidence that they can hang on with serious clubs. So I think the key point of the article was that, it's not celebrating the record in and of itself, but it's emphasizing how the Cardinals achieved it. And then he broke down the three things: the better swing and miss pitching, deeper offense, emotional resilience. So I think when you take just that picture of 17 games in 17 days, and you were able to accomplish more wins than losses, how did you do so? Those three things I thought was important. And as you mentioned, Marshy, Michael McGreevy had a season high or career high, 9 strikeouts. Mm-hmm. He had the swing and miss stuff. You couldn't generate whiffs earlier in the year, but you did so over the past 17 games or 17 days, whatever it was. But the Cardinals still in Major League Baseball rank, if not dead last, close to the bottom in terms of strikeout rate, whiff rate, all that stuff. Can that be improved upon? In this stretch it was, but can you improve upon that throughout the course of the year? I don't know. If you don't profile that way, like Michael McGreevy, for example, we just talked about him with the high strikeouts. If you don't profile as a swing and miss guy,
no,
I don't think you can suddenly be that.
No, and too many teams figure that out a little bit. If Michael McGreevy tries to get too cutesy with some of the placement, looking predominantly for swing and miss, I think he's going to run into trouble. Mm-hmm. I think when he executes good location on his pitches right now, where he still is looking for the soft contact or the down in the strike zone, guys are missing. They missed in the last game. But even if they're not missing, they're still hitting the ball. So I don't think it's something where McGreevy wakes up today and goes, yep, I'm a strikeout guy now. Yeah. If you lose focus of what you truly are, I think he's having the success because he is dialed in at what he truly is. Mm-hmm. And there is a certain amount of luck in some of the swing and miss for someone who's a low velo guy, and his stuff's not all that nasty. It's good. It's not nasty.
Yep.
So there's a certain amount of luck and percentages and things like that come into play here. But I think it would be a mistake for him, just like we've said about some of the positional players before, where they hit a home run and think they're a home run hitter now.
Right.
Let's not get carried away. Let's stick to what you're really good at.
Sure.
I'm looking at the, you brought up the strikeouts. Cardinals 29th in Major League Baseball. The Tampa Bay Rays, who are 26-13 on the year, they're 28th. They have 302 strikeouts from all of their pitchers this season. That's another team I'm curious to watch and see how their season goes.
Which team was that, sorry?
The Tampa Bay Rays.
Rays, gotcha. Okay. Yep.
Because I feel like they're in a similar situation to the Cardinals. They have a few more strikeouts than the Cardinals, but 11 more to be exact. But that's another team who is ranked towards the bottom in terms of strikeouts, who are also having a really good season so far.
What's Cleveland at? Can you see?
The Cleveland Guardians, Anthony. Cleveland is second. They have the second most strikeouts in Major League Baseball. The team above them are the Philadelphia Phillies. Number 3, New York Mets.
Oh, boy.
15-25.
Wow.
Third most strikeouts from their pitchers this year, yet they're 10 games under 500.
Terrible.
So here's why I brought up Cleveland. I think Cleveland's an interesting case study as it pertains to the Cardinals, because Cleveland offensively has not been great, but their starting pitching has been excellent. So if you look at Cleveland and you compare it to the Cardinals, obviously the Cardinals have been winning more with their offense overall. Mm-hmm. Now, the starting pitching was great over the weekend, but overall their offense has been much better. In fact, they've scored 186 runs this season. Cleveland has only scored 173. But whereas the Cardinals have, again, struggled to miss bats, Cleveland has not had that issue. Cleveland right now is 21-21. They're first in their division. Cardinals are 23-17. So what's more sustainable, the offense or the pitching? Cleveland Cardinals will, I think it'd be interesting to kind of follow that throughout the course of the year.
We get a text from Hardy Hancock. I may be in the minority, but I don't care about the lack of Ks from the pitching staff / bullpen.
You won't until you will. Like, you won't care now because they're 23-17. If they struggle to miss bats deeper the season goes, balls are put in play a lot. As Jamie mentioned before, when the weather gets warmer, you're a little more banged up. You might be missing some of these ground balls. You might miss some of the contact. All of a sudden, it's the Miles Michael. It's like, well, you know what? I gave up a lot of soft contact. Okay, they just found holes. And you start to complain about that, the high contact rate. But for now, I'm with you. You don't care because they're 23-17. They're making it work. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We'll talk to our Blues insider, Jeremy Rutherford, next.
So many houses hitting the market here right now. You might be thinking to yourself, it's a good time to sell my home, but maybe you're unsure of, what the price point should be or even just when to list your home. Call the expert. That's Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold. Guaranteed Realty. Gloria does an amazing job for all of her clients, and I've had the privilege of talking to a few of her clients, and they rave about how quickly she was able to get their home sold, and that she also got them the most money possible. Had a great meeting. They sat down, talked about a price point. Gloria Liu said, no, I really feel like this is where your house is priced accordingly, and boom, 2 or 3 days later, they're done, an agreed upon offer. And that's what Gloria Liu does. And she's also got buyers in waiting. That's a nice little thing, too, is, the moment you list your home, there's somebody waiting to buy it with Gloria Liu. So that helps you get to the closing table a lot faster as well. For all these great things, you do have to pick up the phone and give her a call. Tell her Jamie Rivers sent you in. Her number is 314-325-6888. That's 314-325-6888. Or you can always visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
It's time for the Rutherford Report on 101 ESPN.
Anything you folks want to know about the fascinating world of pro hockey, here we go.
It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Let's head to our Collier and Thompson phone line, where we got our guy Jeremy Rutherford on the line. JR, are you partaking a baseball game right now?
Yeah, just a late afternoon, early evening baseball game here out in Pacific, if you guys are familiar with the area.
Okay, is Eli playing?
Yep, Eli's got a game here at 6 o'clock for the Adidas A's.
Oh, there you go. All right. Well, good luck to Eli. Every once in a while, I'll run into JR at the Athen Fields, and he's usually yelling at the coach and saying things like, "Why don't you bat so and so higher?"
Yeah, right. Hey, and you guys will get a kick out of this. It's one time I did run into Anthony, and a friend of mine said, "That's Anthony Stalter," and I said, "Yeah, let me introduce you." And we brought Anthony over. And my friend said, let me close my eyes. I just want to hear your voice. And so when Anthony started talking, he said, yep, that's him.
There you go.
I can't believe he didn't believe you to begin with, JR. What kind of friend is that?
No kidding.
I'm just saying. I mean, come on.
He probably just believed I didn't know somebody as special as Anthony.
Oh, well, boy, now.
You certainly got that right.
Jamie ruined it. You said something nice. Jamie ruined it.
He did.
JR is our Blues insider with The Athletic. Yeah, I know you got a story coming out about Nathan Walker and, his journey back home to Australia, and you actually had an opportunity to go to his house. A lot of fans don't really. No, not in Australia here. Wow. A lot of fans don't really know what it.
I thought it was Australia too. He's not. I was like, okay, JR, you really getting the scoop.
JR.
No,
yeah.
This is hell of a
JR went to his house, went to Nathan Walker's house here as he's packing up to go to Australia.
Gotcha.
JR,
did you help him back, JR?
Yeah, I'm super tired from the jet lag coming back from the interview.
Sorry, Anthony, you had a question.
No, I think we're good. What was it like, JR, to do a piece like this where you're, doing something kind of unique and following somebody that's packing up to go to a different country?
Yeah, first of all, it's awesome to be able to sit down with the players away from the rink. I mean, you go in the locker room, you meet them at their stall, 100 times a season and do your job. But to be able to be fortunate enough, him to invite me to his house and sit down and work on the story, and the story kind of all encompassing. Here's a fan favorite. What's he like away from the rink? What's he like at home? He's got his 2 kids. And his wife there, and, they're glad to have him home. And so you kind of hear a firsthand account from the family members what it's like to have dad home every day when the season ends. And then also we want to get into the element of, and Jamie's been through this before, Carey's been through this, when the season's over, you leave your house and you head to all parts unknown. And for Nathan Walker and his family, they're getting on a plane at the end of this week and heading to Australia. And we're talking about a 29-hour trip door to door with two kids, one 6 and one soon to be 4. And so they told me a lot about their plans. They do a grocery shop just for the plane ride to get them to Australia. And then the other cool part with Nathan is when he gets there, it's not like there's ice readily available down the street. So there are times when he'll drive an hour, 15 minutes to get ice for an hour and then come back. And there's times when he'll make a drive and stay in a city for 2 or 3 days just to get the ice and then drive back to where they're staying in Australia. So a lot goes into his off season.
Yeah, and I wondered, I don't know if you hit on this with him at all, JR. I'll just ask you now. But, this off season is kind of unique, in my opinion, for Nathan Walker. Did you happen to talk to him about if he had any frustration down the stretch? And from a team standpoint, you're happy when the guys are winning and you're making that last little playoff push and everybody tried right to the very end. You fell short. But in the meantime, Nathan Walker was getting a lot of press box action. Did you manage to talk to him about that at all?
Not specifically. It was more big picture about the off season, but there had to be some frustration there, right? Because he's a guy, and I know they all are, but Nathan Walker is a guy who definitely doesn't want to be anywhere near us in the press box. He wants to be on the ice. And, I think for the past couple of years, he's established himself as a reliable player who you keep in the lineup, Riv. But we know down the stretch the Blues were taking a look at some different players. Bergen was in there at times. Druin was in there at times. You had Stenberg in there before he went back down to Springfield for the playoff push. And so I think that had something to do with Walker not playing a ton, but the Blues know what they have in him. That's why they signed him to the 2-year contract, which kicks in next year. So he's still in the fold, and maybe we'll get into this in a minute, but, I had to project the lineup, the opening night lineup for next year. And, right now I got Nathan Walker in there on that fourth line.
JR, that's what I was going to ask you about. I know you don't want to go too deep into the article. I did that last time. You don't have to do it this time. But we got the Thunderbirds playing on our airwaves, and I'm sure some of those guys are projected to be in that opening day lineup. Can you just give us a glimpse into what went into that article and maybe a name that you think will be there?
Yeah, Carey, and I have to first say this. When you're projecting the opening night lineup, we're talking early October, and you're doing this in May, it's tough, especially this year, because two things. One, Alexander Steen's taken over for Doug Armstrong. We all know that. You don't know what's going to go into his decision-making. Are there going to be significant moves this offseason? And then B, because there's so many potentials for trades, that what do those trades look like? Like, anybody can say that Brady Tkachuk's going to be in the opening night lineup, or Jason Robertson's going to be in the opening lineup. But, how are the Blues making those trades? So I got to tell you that when you see this tomorrow, there's a lot of familiar names from the current roster that are going to be, in my article on that opening night roster. It's tough to try to move those parts by yourself and say these things are going to happen. So a lot of familiar names, the Buchneviches, the Jordan Kyrous, the Robert Thomases. But I think that when you ask about Springfield, there's a player there, Dylan Dubé, who's centering their top line, who's having a phenomenal season and playoff run, and he's going to be a free agent, 27 years old. Could he come in and help the Blues if they can sign him and be a middle six center? Also, the two youngsters, both guys, prospects that were signed at the end, not signed, but brought into Springfield at the end of the season, Adam Juracek and Justin Carbonneau. They're going to be in training camp, and they're going to have a chance to make the team. And whether they can do that or not, will come down to how they look in training camp. So I think that there are potential for some of those players who are on that roster making that playoff push with the Thunderbirds to be on the roster.
Jeremy Rutherford joins us right now on the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. JR is our Blues insider with The Athletic. JR, when you're putting together a roster like this, was there a certain theme that started to show up for you? I mean, at some point, I'm sure you kind of had to get into the mindset of Alexander Steen as you're doing this. So what did you learn from the exercise?
Yeah, just that, what are they going to do up the middle? Is it going to be Dalibor Dvorsky at the number 2 center? Is Pius Suter going to be the number 3 center? That's why I mentioned Dubé as a possibility. And also, I agree with what Riv said earlier. Like, how do you not continue to give Berggren a look? Every time he was on the ice and touched the puck, there was some offense created. Now, he does have some deficiencies in other areas. He's going to have to win some one-on-one battles to stay in the lineup. But does a Berggren occupy that third line right wing spot, or is that an Otto Stenberg that steps in there? And then the other takeaway, if you're really putting yourself into Steen's mind, is like, how do you make this roster tougher? How do you make this lineup tougher? Like, it's just got to happen, not only up front, but on the blue line too. But, having said that, you've got some guys, Mayu, Juracek, Lindstein, some young guys that you're bringing along, and you're going to want some veteran presence next to them, whether it's Colton Parayko, Cam Fowler. So, if you are changing out and bringing in that element into your team, where is it coming from and who's it going to replace? I think those are the questions that I had.
JR, if the Blues make any kind of moves this offseason, what do we think it looks like? Because you hear all these things, and now the latest rumors out there is hearing the Senators kick the tires on Colton Parayko at the trade deadline. Like, it's just a lot of stuff. And you hear the Kyrous, the Buchneviches, Parayko. Those are the usual suspects right now. And, of course, Jordan Binnington's name gets dropped in there in certain places as well. But from just your opinion, what do you think actually gets done?
Yeah, I just think that we're going to continue to hear the names of all the veterans, whether it's Binnington, Parayko, and then a couple of those guys that you mentioned, like a Kyrou, just because they're the usual suspects. I can't see a situation where we're talking about 3 or 4 of those players move this offseason. I don't think we're going to see that kind of turnover. I just have to believe that there's going to be at least one significant move, whether it's a Jordan Kyrou, whether it's a Colton Parayko. I don't think it'll be Binnington. I think that Alexander Steen sees what needs to happen with this roster, how it needs to evolve, what he wants moving forward. And I think if he can find, the right return for one or two of those guys, then he'll make those deals. But what I continue to keep saying, and not sure if you are with me on this one, is you just can't sell low. I get the point of changing for change's sake and having a different look with the roster, and especially with guys who are underperforming or might not meet the description of the player that Alexander Steen wants on his roster. But that doesn't mean that you move a guy for pennies on the dollar. You might as well wait. And that's hard to do. I understand when you're a fan, but that's why Alexander Steen is in a different position than the rest of us who are looking at this team.
All right, JR, we know you got a baseball game to get ready for, so we'll let you do that. We appreciate the time. Looking forward to the articles that are coming out. Keep up the great work.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Thank you. That's Jeremy Rutherford again, our Blues insider with the Athletic at JP Rutherford on X. We asked for your mic drops. What would you change about the Cardinals, if anything? And as Marsh teased earlier, apparently there's been a lot of fun with these that have been had. So we'll get to those mic drops coming up next here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. I remember a couple of years ago when the spring went out my garage door and there winds up being this big panic. What do we do? I certainly don't want to mess around with any sort of repair. When it comes to opening up the garage door and everything, that's the way we go in. I don't know, for some people it might be different. It might be the front door, it might be the side door. But for us, we always go through the garage. So I remember feeling that panic and being like, all right, what can I do? Don's Garage Doors are the best team when it comes to repairing, when it comes to replacing, when it comes to giving you an education about garage doors. And yeah, there's a lot that goes into it, but they make it simple. We had a Don's Garage Doors teams come out a couple weeks ago. They replaced the motor, which, by the way, should be lasting a lot longer than what you think it should be. But the way that the door is set up, if there's too much strain, if the door is coming down too fast and, kind of makes too much noise, grinding, squeaking, all that, Don's Garage Doors, they can take care of all that for you. If you are, of course, left out of the garage right now, they've got a 24/7 emergency repair team standing by, so you can always call 8664 Don's Door, 8664 Don's Door if you're looking for any sort of emergency opportunity. They do have same day service as well if you call by 10 a.m. or schedule what works best for you. But if they can't make it happen, you get $300 towards your repair or replacement. Trust me on this. They're the best team. They do impeccable work. They provide you that education about, what entails the garage door lasting and being efficient as long as possible. They're the best. DonsGarageDoors.com, 8664 Don's Door. It's Don's Garage Doors.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. We just got done talking with Jeremy Rutherford, Blues Insider with The Athletic. If you missed that conversation or anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page, and you'll find all of our interviews and all of our shows there, and it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. The Cardinals are off today. They split with the San Diego Padres in San Diego. They'll go up against the A's tomorrow with Andre Palante on the mound. First pitch is at 8:40. The Cardinals currently occupy that final wild card spot. They are 1.5 games above the Pirates and the Reds. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
All right, so we asked for your mic drops from earlier. What would you change about the Cardinals, if anything? And we got 2. So you guys basically did not deliver. And that's okay.
Got a lot to say on the text line.
Got a lot to say in the text line buzzing. But when you want to put voice to opinion, you left us hanging. But we did get 2, so let's play those. Here's Dylan.
I think the Cardinals are missing some aging veterans. Or, I mean, leaders of the clubhouse, some might call them. I think we need to send down a guy like J.J. Weatherholt. We can re-sign a guy like Paul DeYoung, slide him over to second. We got Mason Wynn at short. We don't want to disrupt the Gold Glover. We can send guys down like Michael McGreevy. You know, we can re-sign Miles Michaelis. Or maybe even a Lance Lynn, pull him out of retirement. We need people that can sell tickets, like a Lance Lynn, like a Paul DeYoung. Who's not seeing that? Come on, guys.
Dylan was channeling his inner Mo there.
Do you think Dylan is still on those meds from when he hurt his ankle in the knocker ball?
Is that Dylan?
Is that the same Dylan?
Yes, I believe so.
Oh.
Nah, he's good. He's up and walking around.
Right.
That thing is more than healed.
Well, I don't know if it'll ever be healed. That thing was...
Trust me, it's
devastating.
It happens.
Yeah. Were you there that night?
No, there was.
But I've seen I've seen somebody dislocate.
This was. It was like
I've seen it. Yeah, I know what it is.
Yeah.
If you get there quick enough, you can pop it back in. But the longer you take, it's too hard. So you gotta take them and sedate them.
The leg was broken in half.
Oh, it was broken in half.
Yeah.
Oh, that's different. Oh, yeah.
It was right through here. Like right through
the shin, the bone,
the whole. It was like
it was hanging.
Man,
one of these.
Oh yeah, you're not resetting that.
I wasn't touching him at that point.
Yeah.
Reset it. I just wanted to try and keep him calm.
I just moved the knocker ball in front of the leg.
The best thing is to not let him see it because.
He saw it. Yeah, he knew.
He's trying to talk about it a little bit.
He
definitely felt it.
He was definitely in shock. Yeah, I moved the knocker ball because the fans were right there, and I just moved it.
The children would cry
in front so that nobody would see it, and I didn't do it fast enough because all I heard was, "Oh!" coming from the fans.
Yeah,
and Jamie got there, and Dylan looked at him. You ever see an injury like this?
You ever had this happen to you?
Not to me.
Nope.
No, Dylan, but you're going to be just fine.
Yeah,
and he is. You didn't lie.
He is fine.
He is fine.
We think, anyways.
Well,
his leg is fine.
When it rains, it probably hurts.
Did he have to put a like a steel rod in there to?
We need more info. Me to be a part of the surgery.
Surprised. You've been a part of plenty.
That's a good point.
As have I. Yeah.
We did get a text from 314. Is this guy freaking trolling?
Yes.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
No,
he's serious. He's dead serious.
If you think he's dead serious, then please go with it.
Are there mic drop? Are there Scott Lee Heating Company mic drop? Here's Ed.
Quarter of the way through the season, what would I change about the Cardinals? Great question, and I will let you know. First thing I would change, I would make all tickets the same price. First come, first serve. Probably won't work out, but that's okay. Second thing I would change, every ticket comes with a bacon-wrapped wiener. Everyone gets to enjoy one during the game, and they're awesome. Each ticket also comes with one drink voucher, any type of drink that you want, from Ballpark Village after the game. I want to keep people around the stadium afterwards. Those are the first 3 changes I'm making. After that, I think we're good. The team's looking great. Everyone's playing well. Maybe trade some of the older guys. We still have too much age on this team. Get rid of all the older guys. But that's it. I'll be at the game on Friday against the Royals. Love you guys. We'll see you there. Bye.
All right, Bacon Wrap Wiener, we appreciate you.
I'm
man.
not mad at that.
No, I'm not
I
either.
mean, tickets,
like that idea.
tickets are all at one price, and a Bacon Wrap Wiener, and a beverage from Ballpark Village after the game. Hey, man. But it has to be after the game. So that's the catch. Like, you can't go like in the 7th inning.
No.
You got to stay the entire game in order to receive your free beverage from Ballpark. See, he's a forward thinker.
He's
I can
thinking
dig it.
big time. Yeah.
I like it. Jamie doesn't seem like he likes it at all. He thinks it's a terrible idea.
He likes it.
It's great.
Go ahead and tell us why it's terrible.
No, it's not terrible.
Hey, you think it's terrible? I want to know why.
People want to be downtown longer.
They might.
They definitely
Sure.
do. We'll stick around later at night. It's good.
Yeah. I mean, you get in and out. Have a good time, man.
Just have a beverage. Stick around a little while.
I mean, there's strength in numbers, Jamie.
There better be a whole lot of
strength in numbers.
This is what I love about the Cardinals fan base. Everybody has a different opinion, right? So Dylan wants to get older players, probably to bring some wisdom into that clubhouse. And Ed here wants to get rid of all the old players.
Who are the old ones remaining?
Well,
I just looked it up. So the oldest player on this team
Urias has to be older,
is Ryan Stanek. He is 34.
Get rid of him. It's fine with me.
Come on. Ramon Urias is 32.
Yeah.
And Riley O'Brien is 31. Everyone else is under 30. Kyle Leahy is 29. JoJo is 29. Brule is 29.
There's a lot of guys that would be fine with that.
Everybody else is Poso is 29. Everyone else is
I
young,
forgot
man.
Poso's on this team. When's the
he
last
doesn't
time we
play.
saw
He doesn't play
Poso
a lot.
sighting?
Struck out.
This weekend,
Saturday struck out.
Yeah, but he did make it to first base.
Oh, that's right.
he did.
That's
Dropped
right.
third
Dropped
strike.
third
That's
strike.
right.
There's like
And
3 of
then
those in that
Sajay
With that
game.
speed that he's got, the catcher had no chance.
Yeah, very true.
So JC struck out, but then that extended the game for JJ Weatherholt, who unfortunately struck out. But
Well,
a lot of people are
happens.
doing that these days against Mason Miller. What would you guys change, if anything?
Oh, I would change, like what's realistic, right? I would change the catcher.
Now, why? Why would you do that?
I'd get a catcher.
I think Herrera's doing pretty good, man.
Well, Herrera hasn't thrown anybody out since the Romans were around.
Hey, listen.
It's been a minute.
He's calling a pretty good game. How many strikeouts for McGreevy?
How
many freaking strikeouts,
9.
Marshy?
He had 9.
He had a 9
If you're going to blame the damn catcher way back when guys couldn't miss bats, you better damn well give him his credit now. We got rid of that last guy because the pitchers blamed him.
Well, you get rid of him.
They
just moved him
kinda
first.
moved him.
So you're going there.
Where is he now?
Boston.
Well, we got rid of him.
Yeah.
Okay?
True. You know what? Jamie's
You make
right.
a great point. If you can't throw anybody out if nobody's on base.
That's right. See, Marshy?
Now, there's another way to throw people out. That's to actually let them get on base by not blocking the ball. And there being a drop third strike that goes back to the backstop. And then you throw them out.
Do you think that's Pajez's game plan?
I don't know. I did watch it happen, though, this weekend.
What do you think he has a game plan?
He does.
Oh, yeah. He's a professional player.
But as a professional player who plays the catcher position, it'd be like a goalie, right? Where goalie's not really trying to stop the puck or like can't, but you keep putting him there. Like, who works on the fundamentals for Pajes to get in front of these? I'm not blaming them.
Are you blaming Yachty or Molina?
No, I don't think it's Yachty. I haven't seen him in a while.
I saw him over the
Talking about it,
weekend.
yeah. He's in the dugout.
Saw him a couple days
I
ago.
don't see him.
You're in Vegas.
You were in
You were in Vegas. Yeah.
Didn't see a lot.
No. Well, you did initially,
yeah,
and then things got hazy. Yeah. Nice work, though. Fun time.
Are you in the camp of bringing up Jimmy Crooks?
Yes.
Okay.
Why?
Has he got 12, 13 home runs now?
He has 12.
Thank you.
He's also
13
in
tonight.
106 at-bats.
How many
He has
strikeouts?
struck out 40 times.
Well, guess what?
Oh, we want those missed bats, right?
I think that's a different.
That's different. No, we want the pitchers to miss.
Oh, it's on the other side.
Yeah. We want our pitchers to
Because
miss.
he's a catcher,
bats.
I thought he was helping,
No,
miss
you know
the
what?
bats.
I could see why you think that, Jamie,
Could be.
but no.
Could be.
All right.
Darn it.
Cool.
Sure.
Think we did it.
Yeah, bring him up with that.
Nice. What's it going to hurt? This team's playing with house money.
Oh, wow. Were they already?
Mm-hmm. Carey said it earlier. Team's playing with house money.
They should bring him up. I think they should cater to the fans.
Yes.
That's all. That's a great idea, don't you think?
That's what Heim Bloom should do, by the way.
Yeah.
Every half of so the first half of the season, you get a roster move as the fans, and the second half, you get a roster move.
It's not a bad idea.
It's got to be voted on, but you can only vote on it if you're physically in the stadium with a purchase ticket to vote on it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't vote until the ninth inning.
Can't vote to the ninth inning.
No.
That's right. And you get a free drink voucher, too. Yeah. Maybe a bacon wrap wiener, too.
It's not a bad thought.
Do you guys remember when the All-Star voting, you had to, punch out the little holes to vote for people?
Yes. Yeah. It's been a while.
Sure has.
All right. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Criticisms and compliments, and 3 stars of the day next.
Well, we're just talking about that beverage ticket for after a Cardinals game. How about you just go pick up some Zwickle Light from my friends over at Urban Chestnut? The Zwickle Light is it's an amazing light beer. I've talked about it several times before. I love it. I love it. If you like drinking a light beer, but you're tired of tasting water, then switch over to the Zwickle Light. It's crisp, clean, refreshing, only 95 calories, 3.7 carbs. It's locally brewed. I love that Urban Chestnut is local here because they get to know exactly what St. Louisans want to drink. And they keep evolving. So they had this Zwickle, then they had this Zwickle Light. Now, Squirrel Works. It's a hazy IPA. It's brand new. You're going to love it. It's hitting the shelves almost everywhere. It's going to hurry up and get out there for you, but you've got to hurry up and go purchase your Squirrel Works, your Zwickle Light, the original Zwickle, everything from Urban Chestnut because they do such an amazing job of brewing beer for St. Louisans. Got a big party coming up at the Rivers House soon. We will be heading over to Urban Chestnut and getting all 3 of those bad boys. We call it the Rivers Hat Trick. Zwickle, Zwickle Light, and Squirrel Works. You're going to want it too, so pick it up at Urban Chestnut. For more information, you can always visit urbanchestnut.com. Remember to live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
If you missed anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast available at 101ESPN.com or via the Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. All the podcasts brought to you by Schaefer Door Company. All right, Marsh, we got some criticisms and or compliments.
Criticisms and compliments. Presented by Bet365. With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything.
All right. From the Water Boy, great show today. Hey, Jamie.
Yeah.
Do you like grapes?
That's an interesting question.
It certainly is.
Just yes or no.
I'll answer however I want, Carey.
Rob, we need an answer because, well, we'll tell you after you answer. It's a simple question. It's not a trick question, I promise.
The way you're setting it up, though, makes me pause.
I retract my statement.
Right, Anthony? Like, the moment it got asked, it's in my grill. Like, what's going on? Is it sour grapes?
Any grape. Red, green.
I like grapes.
Okay, good. All right.
What's the point?
Somebody here says the worst fruit of all time
is grapes.
Yeah.
No, I like green grapes. You get me
he's
nice, like crispy green grape, nice and cold out of the fridge. I like that.
Yeah, man. This man is he's an interesting man. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I already know where we're going with this one.
You knew.
As soon as I was like, okay, I know.
Yeah, you knew.
You don't like grapes, Anthony?
I don't like purple grapes. I don't like green grapes. I don't like grape juice.
You
I
don't
don't
like wine?
Wine either?
Nope, not a fan of grapes.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. That's an appropriate response. These two acted like I had shot somebody.
I didn't act like that.
Most of the text line thought I was some sort of demon child because I didn't like grapes.
Yeah. Damien Stalter is what they were called.
Really?
Yeah.
From the Omen.
Honestly, I'm not going to be rude. Like, teacher, I just don't care.
Right, thanks, Jim.
I just don't care if you like grapes or not. Then don't go buy them.
Very appropriate.
But don't you push your anti-grape crap on me.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing.
Don't do that. Yeah. Don't be like all anti-grapes. Well, you guys eat grapes? No, you just shush your mouth. You don't like grapes? You stay in your lane. We'll stay in ours, okay?
Fair. The judgment was on this side, though.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I got lost.
Yeah, the judgment was over there, coming this way.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie about it.
Thought it was intriguing. Weird.
All right, I don't know where it was weird. I just came out of nowhere.
No, you're fine. I appreciate your passion, Jamie, and I appreciate your opinions on this. You had said initially, "Hey, I like grapes, but to each their own," which I respect.
Yeah,
because you're an adult.
That you're going to try and push your agenda on me.
Nah, well, not this time.
We did get a text from the 314. Did not have the best day today.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
But listening to you guys made my day better.
Oh, thank you. Good. Thank you.
Glad you feel better.
Yeah. Hope you're having a much better day now. Hopefully you have a great night.
Hope you have an excellent night.
Excellent night. Mm-hmm. Outstanding night.
Hope you have an American night.
An American night.
What would you say that is?
I don't know. I didn't make that up. One anchor did.
Just wondering what we might think that is. An American night as opposed to other nights.
Very good question.
I don't know. I didn't write the movie.
I could have, though.
I could have. That one wasn't. I didn't like that one. Not compared to the first one.
Say it one more time, real slow.
Grape soda, Anthony?
Grape soda. You haven't had grape soda in...
Yeah. But you do like grape jelly.
Yeah, I do like grape jelly. Yeah.
Hypocrite.
See? That's what we were saying.
Okay.
Ready for the 3 stars, Anthony?
Yes, I certainly am.
He's ready to get out of here. He's like, I'm done.
I think we're done.
We're done here.
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 Stars of the Day, presented by Circus Sports. No bet fees ever with the world's largest sports book, now at your fingertips in Illinois and Missouri.
Our 3rd star of the day goes out to the newest league in America, Major League Basketball.
Yeah, coming to a city near you.
Hey, St. Louis might be one of the first franchises.
Maybe.
Yep.
St. Louis Spiders.
Spiders. Okay.
Our 2nd star of the day goes out to closing your eyes and hearing Anthony's voice.
Yeah, who doesn't want that?
To determine if it's me.
Yeah, just close your eyes and listen to his voice. Not while you're driving.
Nope, don't do that. Nope, good call, Carey.
Gosh, that would be a terrible idea.
Wow, Carey with the save there.
Yeah.
All right, and our first star of the day, I don't know if we mentioned them on Friday, but we're going to do it right now. Our moms, the mothers out there.
Mothers.
Yes.
Mother's Day yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah,
our moms and our significant others who are also mothers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mom just had a surgery on her toe, and she's got a bad knee right now.
Oh, no.
Mama Rivers is battling through it, but it's playoffs, she said, so she's going to get through this.
Who's she rooting for these
Montreal
days?
Canadiens.
Yeah, okay. I figured. But now, she is a Maple Leafs fan.
Yes.
But she's rooting for the
Canadian
Canadians. Yeah, I get that. Okay.
Is that how it goes in Canada when your team is eliminated?
About my mother, Marshy?
No, I'm not talking about
What was that?
I'm talking about just all Canadians. Like, my team's...
so her included.
You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and not say what I was going to say because we're about to get out of here.
She's a very brilliant woman, just like I.
She's great.
Root for the Big Ten when Illinois is out.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Marsh, do you root for the NFC North when the Vikings are out?
Heck no.
No, exactly.
Why would I do that?
Anthony roots for a completely different team. Same colors for the most part, but a different team.
Yeah, a lot of red. A lot of red.
Hey, you know what? I didn't have a playoff team last year.
Because both of them stunk.
Oh.
They did. I'm not trying to tell a lie.
No, but you didn't think it to be so.
I wasn't wrong. They did. Falcons almost had it. I mean, but who didn't in that division?
Soften it up a little, Carey.
I'm sorry. Anthony likes it. He likes the truth.
Wow.
Yeah, he likes the hard truth.
Yeah.
Cold glass of truth. Mm-hmm. I'll pick a team when the Falcons are eliminated next year, though.
Week 3?
Mm-hmm.
No, it'll be the conference championship week.
Of course.
You guys
You're not
didn't allow me to. I mean, even when they're eliminated, you didn't even allow me to.
Well, they're in it for quite a while, I think.
Man, they were into the last week.
Especially in that
No,
division.
not this year.
Oh. That was just the Bucks and the other team.
Okay, Carey, I get it. You know what? This show's over with. We're done here. I'm not even going to say your guys' name. See ya.